presentation of local high school sports, made possible by our community advertising partners.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Josh Copley with WNKX, your home for Hickman County sports. We here at WNKX hope you all had a very happy holiday season, a Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. And Cam, it's a pleasure to be back with you here tonight, getting ready for some more Bulldog basketball. Of course, we know the Bulldogs, the boys, and the girls, they both had the Christmas tournament. Starting tonight with the girls, they played three teams. They played Susan Moore, an Alabama team, which they won 70-62. Then they faced off against Warren East from Kentucky, which they lost 46-60. And they rounded out the Smoky Mountain Winter Classic against Chestatee out of Georgia. And this, they also suffered a loss 56-61. So Cam, as far as I saw, there were no blowouts. Right? I mean, taking one win of these three games, you're playing out-of-state opponents, which usually means they're going to be a lot tougher. So these Lady Dogs are looking to bounce back here tonight to prevent the three-game losing streak here.
Yeah, and you talked about it. Them being tougher, it's because they're not familiar, right? When you live in an area, when you live in a district, a lot of teams play similar, especially year in to year out, who you're playing. So, based on who and where they're from, you kind of get an idea of the teams that you will see, the things that you'll see. And so Middle Tennessee basketball has a certain way that they play. Same with West Tennessee, same with East Tennessee. But, them coming from different states. Now, basketball at its core is the same game, right? But there's so many different ideas and schemes and strategies that you can see that, you might not expect what you come out and see. But irregardless, I think the big thing is that it wasn't that long since we played basketball, right? And so I love playing Christmas tournaments. I don't care if you get blown out by 40, right, in a Christmas tournament, because, yeah, you care about every game, but you just want to get out there on the court. So when you show up and get back going in the regular season, you're not completely lost in what you're doing. And so I'm excited to see these Lady Dogs come out and see what they can do tonight against Santa Fe.
Well, and Cam, the last time we were together, Hickman County was at home against Perry County, in which they took care of business by a final score of 50-40, which capped off a 2-1 week, right? It was packed. You started off the week Monday against Marshall County in what was a high-emotion, high-energy game. Of course, they came up just short by 3 points, and really it could have gone either way with Carly Everett taking the three-pointer there at the end of the game. But they closed the week off strong with 2 wins against Waverly and Perry County. Then, as we mentioned, they picked up the big win against Susan Moore, the team out of Alabama. So really not a terrible stretch the Hickman County Lady Dogs have had these last few games. But we are live here tonight in Murray County as your Hickman County Lady Dogs look to do battle against the Santa Fe Wildcats to start this week. Now, Cam, the remainder of this schedule, it's going to be tough for these Lady Dogs and for the boys as well. There are a lot of away games. Rather, the majority of the games left on the schedule are away. Right, they only have a handful of home games left on the schedule. And I think they need to make those count. But I think we get a good idea of what this team is ready to do for the remainder of this season on the road. Right, it's all about how you can handle the hostile environment of other schools, how you can handle the opposing team's floors. Of course, there is a slight difference between every team, every gym. So I'm looking forward to seeing how the Lady Dogs come out here tonight to prepare for this long road stretch.
Yeah, Josh, it's always hard to lock in at after Christmas break, right? I think that's the hardest thing is today, the idea of school was lingering in your mind when it's time to come back from Christmas break. And, that kind of thing, having these long days where you can wake up at noon and, do as you please most days, those are about to be up, and you got to show up now and go to school. And I think that is definitely something that can be difficult when going into these, is that you had a routine for the past 2 weeks and now you're going to have to change it. And, I hope, and I don't think it will, but that can affect your play. And do I expect it? No, not necessarily. I think Coach Gordon and these girls are ready to go. But I want them to come out and prove that. And that comes with giving all the effort that you have, right? The best way to get yourself back going is to go all out.
And I think you made a great point there, Cam, talking about, I mean, the jet lag you can have, right? Coming off of a break, are you rusty? But what I love about Coach Gordon and what I love about this team he's put together, they are a team of hard workers, right? They love coming out on the floor, no matter if they're at home, if they're on the road. They love playing this game, and more importantly, they love playing it together. And I have no doubt in my mind that even during these 2 weeks when they were waking up on Christmas morning, seeing what Santa Claus left them for presents, I think in the back of their mind they were still thinking, I'm ready to get back to work. I'm ready to be with my team. I'm ready to win some basketball games and hopefully make a deep run in the state.
Yeah, I always was. I'm sure it was one of those that little voice in the back of your head's like, I should probably go shoot. I need to go shoot. I need to go dribble. I need to go. And when you're an athlete, you have that drive in you, and I fully expect that here and that full energy from these girls tonight.
So yeah, Cam, I mean, as I said, long road stretch ahead this week. 2 of the 3 games that Hickman County is playing this week will be on the road. Of course, we're on the road here tonight at Santa Fe. Then tomorrow we have to take an hour drive down the road to Waverly to face off against the Waverly Central Tigers, who Hickman County does have a good track record against this year. And then we close out the week on Friday, January 10th at home against Harpeth, which will be a big test. I'm looking forward to seeing how the Bulldogs handle that, but it is one game at a time. And as far as we know, Cam, according to the weather forecast, we may not be broadcasting a game on Friday. We may not have a basketball game. Of course, you can never trust, a lot of forecasts because they're very unpredictable. The last I saw, it's supposed to be, 8 inches of snow I think we're supposed to get?
Yeah, something crazy, Josh, something crazy. And, as much as, I love basketball, I love the snow just as much, but, I'm ready to get to see the second half of the season going, Josh. I think that something like that can put such a damper on your groove. And I think tonight, for both of our teams, this is a game that they can catch a groove.
Oh, I agree, Cam. And we were talking about the weather just a few moments ago. Saw a few flurries out today as we were on the road here to Santa Fe. Very cold. I think it's probably the coldest day we've had so far in this winter. Of course, Middle Tennessee, you never know what winters will look like. It could be 60 degrees and sunny or 10 degrees below zero. And we've had a pretty cold day today, temperatures in the mid-20s. But the temperature's all the same when you're inside a high school gym, Cam. And the Hickman County Bulldogs can certainly heat things up like no other when they get going offensively. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of the same here tonight from this Lady Dog offense. I'm looking forward to seeing Ava Floyd play. I mean, Cam, her being the leading scorer for this team has been something we may have started to take for granted, something we're used to seeing, something we're accustomed to seeing. But what I want to see tonight, I want to see starting this year, 2025, how many minutes is Coach Gordon going to give Carly Everett?
Yeah, absolutely. I talked to some people over, the Christmas break after the Christmas tournament, and there were a few girls that had a really, really good Christmas tournament. One of them was Zoe Chilton. She had a double-double, I believe, in every game. So she definitely showed up, especially on the boards. I believe Ava had a game that she had over 30. So she really balled out. But, again, someone that we love talking about on this broadcast is Carly Everett. And she has been so impressive. And tonight, I think that Coach Gordon gives the main 6 a good portion of minutes in the first half. And I want to see him put in Carly and get her some more consistent minutes because she's a weapon, Josh.
And Cam, I think what Hickman County has over Santa Fe tonight is sheer depth. I think Coach Gordon can take any one of his girls on the bench and sub them in at any given time. And I'm looking at the roster that Santa Fe has, and they only have 7 girls listed. right? So that's only 2 subs you're able to make throughout the course of the game. So I think Hickman County needs to take their deep roster, use it to their advantage, and take care of business here on the road.
Absolutely, Josh. You know, basketball is a game of depth. You're going to make a substitution at some point. Can the player that you put in make up for the player you took out? That's always a big question, and I think for these Lady Dogs, it's a question of yes, they can. And, you know, when you see an opponent that doesn't have a deep bench, my first thing is we got to get out and run them, right? Make them exhausted as quickly as possible, because then you got a whole team that's exhausted with tired legs, and they're not going to shoot well, they're not going to play defense well, and that's the way to put them away.
And I think someone who's so good at wearing out defenses is Ava Floyd, right? I mean, I called her a few weeks ago. I called her Danica Patrick, the way she drives in, right? She's so aggressive, so physical, and defenses have a hard time containing her. So I'm looking forward to seeing her be the leader for this team here tonight. But folks, we're just a few moments away from tip-off. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern-style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists?
That's good.
And you just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's cutting the shareable square.
That's delicious.
What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out pizza's the Hut.
Apology accepted.
Smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar, electric vehicles, mobile apps. Energy impacts your life in many ways.
It's our job to power the technology that brings comfort and value to your busy life.
Your life,
your way.
So you're in the driver's seat.
Let us help. Contact the energy pros at Meriwether Lewis Electric.
And we're back here on WNKX Live for your first basketball contest of 2025. And it will be your Hickman County Lady Bulldogs, who sit at a 9-6 record, taking on the Santa Fe Wildcats on the road here in Murray County. And Cam, as they introduce the starting lineups for both of these teams, of course, Hickman County dressed out in the all blacks with the red letters, and I think that's probably my favorite jersey that the Lady Dogs have.
Yeah, absolutely. They have the Kentucky-style checkered pattern on the side. I love that. It's a classic basketball look there.
So, Cam, somebody that the Hickman County Lady Dogs certainly missed during the final week before Christmas break was Delaney King. Remember, she was battling an illness. Zoe Chilton had to step up and play the big role, and she was all by herself. Her and Delaney have been a great tandem, but Zoe showed that even in the absence of King, she can still step up and be a playmaker.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I said earlier, she at least had 2 double-doubles over the Christmas tournament, and which is huge, you know. Having somebody get double-digit rebounds and points, step up to be a really good second option for your team, you couldn't ask for anything better, really.
I agree, Cam. And folks, just a reminder, as we are just about to tip things off here at Santa Fe, that our camera angle for tonight will probably be what you see on your screen right now. We don't have a cameraman for tonight, Cam, but I think this view here covers a lot of it. If there's anything that you might miss, maybe it's a little far away, maybe it's in this bottom right corner on your screen, we'll make sure to use our voices to paint the best picture possible, and hopefully we'll be able to get it fixed as soon as possible. So on the road, Cam, we can only work with what we're given, and we are underway as Chloe Warren starts up top, gives Chilton at the right wing, kicks it back up top to Floyd. Now to the left wing, it's Warren. Goes all the way over to Floyd. Floyd drives in, kicks it back out. Warren swings to Chilton. Chilton over to Bentley. Bentley back up top to Chilton. Warren wants to dribble in. Looking for help, finds Floyd. Floyd now drives, pulls up mid-range, good. Ava Floyd knocks down the game's first bucket. Hickman 2-0, and they're starting off with a quick full-court press, trying to wear out these Wildcats. Cam, to your point, and Chilton takes it away, lays it up and in off the glass, and Hickman County playing pedal to the metal here early. The Santa Fe quickly pushing it down the floor, bounce pass in the paint, no good. Shot attempted by Lily Dodge.
Josh.
Shot no good, but she is fouled and will go to the line.
Josh, that was a great job there. One, we won the tip. We brought the ball down. We were patient on offense. We found a great shot there. Great job by Ava Floyd to get in the lane. And then that man-to-man defensive press there by Our Lady Dogs, I mean, just trapped her in the corner, caused an easy turnover with a Zoe Chilton bucket.
So Dodge makes free throw number 1, number 2 on the way. And that one is good. So the Lady Wildcats cut the lead in half here early, 4-2 your score in favor of Hickman County. Floyd bringing up the top of the floor. Pass in the paint, it's King off the hands. And it's a mad scrap for the ball. And the officials, I believe, get King with a foul. I did not see a jump ball signal. And Santa Fe will take over. And a nice spin move there, bounce pass underneath, swatted away. Chilton playing tough defense and forces the walk.
Yeah.
Now, Cam, I want to ask you a question on that last possession there. When we saw King on the floor battling for the ball, was that a foul? Did they get a jump ball there? I think I might have missed the official signal there.
I believe that it was called a jump ball. There's no extra foul added to our count on the board, so I believe it was just a jump ball.
And Chilton from 3, no good off the rim. It's a pursuit for the ball. Warren tries to rip it away, is unsuccessful.
Josh, the biggest thing that I've noticed so far for these Lady Dogs is the confidence to just let the ball fly already, right? You know, in the past, especially in the first few minutes, turnover there, Chloe Warren with the bucket.
Warren just waltzes it straight to the bucket. 2 more points for Hickman County. Santa Fe trying to push it down the floor, now in the paint, puts it up and in. That was Chaselyn Stewart with the bucket and 1. She will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, that's a great job there by that young lady going through the contact there. Now, Delaney King, when you're coming up to contest a shot right there, you don't want to lunge forward any because they're going to call it every single time.
The free throw is no good. Chilton gets the rebound, but Dodge tries to wrestle it away from her and forces the jump ball. Thankfully for the Lady Dogs, the possession arrow is in their favor. So Floyd now bringing it up the floor. Passes out to Warren at the wing. Looking for help, dribbles around at the free throw shot, kicks it out. Bentley checks up a 3 and dribbles in and loses handle of it, dives on the floor, can't maintain it, but the pass is errant. And Chilton gets the takeaway, and she is fouled before she would have had an easy drive for an easy 2.
Now, Josh, that play that they drew up right there, that Coach Gordon drew up, was to get a shot over here on the wing for Nola Kate Bentley. She didn't let it fly. I'd love to see that.
And Delaney King making her presence felt. A nice pass there to set up the easy 2. Hickman County still being relentless on the defensive end, and Bentley rips it away. 1-on-1, puts it up, no good, but she is fouled, and that will send Nola Kate to the free throw line.
Now, Josh, this is something that I've seen all year, is on this press, especially late in games when it's getting, down to the wire. We often have oftentimes when we go double, the dribbler, we don't hustle there and we don't have a player in front to cut them off. Tonight, they have done exactly that. They have sprinted to beat the player, get them to change direction as the other player is showing up. It's caused a lot of turnovers.
And Bentley goes 2 for 2 at the stripe, making your score now Lady Dogs 10, Wildcats 4, and a timeout is called by Santa Fe. So Cam, I think they heard what you were talking about earlier about wanting to wear this team out, because Hickman County has been doing exactly that.
Yeah, Josh, and they've been up and playing very, very aggressive in the passing lanes and making players dribble uncomfortable. But something that Santa Fe has capitalized on is when they have the opportunity, when Hickman County overplays at some places, they drive the ball, and it's 2-on-1 against Delaney King, right? And that's how they got her to foul already, and that's how Zoe Chilton got that foul earlier. So when you are playing this press, yes, you want to be aggressive, yes, you want to go after the trap, but the people on the backside have to be in the right position to do that. And that's an adjustment that I want to see, and I expect to see.
So both teams now exiting from their timeouts. Cam, looks like we got a bit of a packed house here at Santa Fe. Both sides showing up and showing out for their team. Santa Fe here to throw it in. Nord Kate passes down the floor, looking. Nice double team by the Lady Dogs. Up top, pulls up from three. No good. Misses left. And they'll get Delaney King for a foul.
That's tough, Josh. She's probably going to have to come out because that's number 2 on her, I believe, already in the first quarter.
These Bulldogs certainly playing physical, playing aggressive, and right on cue, Cam. Nola Kate Bentley now checks in for Delaney King.
Now, Josh, that was a great adjustment there by the Santa Fe coach. There were 2 guards right there staying with each other to bring the ball up. They got the ball down much more efficiently.
A lot of movement here. Santa Fe pulls up from 3. No good, off the rim. Or Warren has the rebound go through her hands, and now Santa Fe with the ball on the ground. It's a mad dash for the ball, and the officials call for the jump. The possession arrow points the way of the Wildcats. So Massey inbounds to Stewart. Stewart kicks it out. Chilton guarding the high post, dribbles into the paint. Nice little move there by Nora Kate Butt to put it up and in. 6-10 your score, Lady Dogs lead. Gordon drives on the baseline, puts it up, and it's good. A tough drive there by
Josh,
number 3, her first bucket of the game.
We know Haley's the best way she plays is downhill. When she's heading downhill, you know she's going with one thing in mind, getting a bucket.
And a foul is called on the Lady Dogs. Could have been a couple of guilty parties there. And Chloe Warren checking out of the game for number 5, Carly Everett, Cam. So let's see how she makes the most of her minutes here in this game.
Yeah, Josh, I'm excited to see her get going.
So Everett guarding the ball handler, has hit it back out. Gordon almost gets a hand on it to force the turnover. Santa Fe drives in. No good. But Addison Prince was fouled by Haley Gordon, and that will send her to the free throw line. And Cam, we know with Haley Gordon's aggressive defensive play style, we know she'll force a lot of turnovers, but fouls have been pretty recurring for her as well this season.
Yeah, Josh, and that comes from playing defense with your body and hands instead of your feet, right? Right there, she got that foul called because she put her chest into the girl and she bounced off. You got to know she's looking for that. Stay flat here and just stay strong.
Gordon drives in after Santa Fe goes 1 for 2 on free throws. 7-12 your score. Lady Dogs lead. Out. Everett pulls up from 3. No good. And there's a foul called, I believe, yet again on Haley Gordon. And it looks like Gordon not yet any substitutions.
Josh,
that's Tinley Davis, Cam, waiting to sub in for the Lady Dogs, another freshman, as number 21, Lily Dodge, is going to the line following the foul.
Josh, that's such a frustrating call there because, you know, you're early in the game. These girls are ripping, ready to go, and Haley just gets an over-the-back call, just being too aggressive there. One, you have to be more intelligent not to do that, but just trust yourself.
So both free throws are good by the Wildcats, 12-9 your score. And we are just now at 4 minutes left to go in the first quarter, and Hickman County already in foul trouble. Everett pump fakes, dribbles in, nice behind the back move, kicks it out, Davis. Davis over to Chilton, looking for help, dishes over to Everett. Everett to Floyd, Floyd wants to drive, kicks it out to Bentley. Bentley dribbles back and gives it to Floyd in the corner. Floyd along the baseline, puts it up off the glass and in for the Lady Dogs. Floyd's second bucket of the game widens the lead to 5 points.
Josh, and that's something I want to see a lot of as she gets another steal.
Floyd, the takeaway up, and an easy two for Ava Floyd. And another steal. Floyd in the paint. It's good. Have mercy on them, number 20. And Santa Fe trying to force it down the court some way, somehow. A wild shot is no good. Bentley and Chilton there on the defensive end. The foul is called. On Bentley. So 18-9 your score, 3:10 to go in the first quarter. Dodge yet again at the free throw stripe for the Wildcats.
Josh, and that's 2 on Bentley. This has been a troublesome first quarter for these girls. 2 on King, 2 on Bentley, and 2 on Haley Gordon. It puts you in a tough spot as a coach.
And the second free throw is good. A lot of Santa Fe's points this evening have come from the free throw stripe. So Floyd, being double teamed, finds Everett. Oh, a tough pass underneath. Can't find Davis, but it's tipped out of bounds by the Wildcats. Hickman County maintains possession. Finds Everett in the corner, gives the wing, it's Warren back in the game. Floyd, corner three, no good. Oh, but a nice job by Warren to swat it to Davis. Warren tries to go up, no good, but she is fouled. And Cam, a lot of contact there on Tinley Davis. Surprised it took that long to draw the whistle.
Yeah, and I think he didn't call it because she also walked while doing it. So it's one of those, I'm going to call nothing because there's 2 calls that are going to go either way. But either way, you know, probably should have called something there. But Santa Fe came out in the 2-3, and Hickman County adjusted to it perfectly.
Now both free throws no good, but Hickman County gets the rebound. Everett drives, looks for Davis, but the pass is taken away by Butt. She drives in, puts the layup up, no good, too strong. And Bentley gets a hand on it, and it falls right into the hands of Tinley Davis. Gives to Floyd. Driving up the floor, takes it herself, good.
Josh, and you got to feed that hot hand. She's been playing. I talked about it before the game started. We got to play in transition, and they have not stopped running this whole game.
And Everett playing strong defense on the right sideline, does force a foul. And Cam, talking about the foul trouble of these Hickman County Lady Dogs, we talked before the game even started about the difference in depth between the two teams. Right, Hickman County's bench, right, a lot more girls over there than for Santa Fe. But if Hickman County's not careful, those numbers will dwindle very fast.
Yeah, Josh, you can't play around too much with fouls. Now, I am a believer in using all 5. You have 5 fouls for a reason. If you are not using 4 of them, you probably didn't play aggressive enough, in my book. But if you use 5, you played too aggressive, you know what I'm saying? So there is a delicate balance, but most of these fouls are just a little dumb. Keep your hands up instead of down, and they will call it.
And Floyd tries to drive in yet again. The shot no good, but she's fouled. And Cam, if you're Santa Fe, the last person you want to see at the free throw stripe.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if she doesn't step up and knock both of these down, she's seeing it so well right now that it's going to be troublesome.
Free throw number 1 is good. 21-13 your score. Lady Dogs in the lead. Free throw number 2 is good to make that 22-13. 2 minutes left in the first quarter of play. Santa Fe now at the right wing. Pulls up deep from 3, no good. Too strong off the rim. Floyd gets the rebound. A tough pass down the floor, looking for Warren underneath. That pass I think I saw sparks fly off that ball, Cam. That was a missile.
Yeah, and I love that. I love when a point guard sees something and they try to make something happen, right, Josh? I don't really care that it was a turnover because she was trying to make a play happen.
Santa Fe drives, kicks it back out to the right wing. Deep pull-up from three, no good, too strong. And it sails out of bounds, untouched. Therefore, Hickman County will take over. That was Chaselyn Stewart there who attempted the three. Now Floyd bringing it up the floor very slowly. Oh, tough pass to the corner. It's Davis. Drives in on the baseline, left-handed, no good. Off the bottom of the glass. And a jump ball is called. The possession arrow favors the Lady Dogs.
Now, Josh, Santa Fe has changed defenses 3 times in the last 4 minutes. They started man-to-man, then they went to a 1-3-1, then they went to a 2-3, then they went back to a 1-3-1, and now they're back in man.
Floyd driving in, tough shot, good. And Cam, that is a shot that only Ava Floyd makes right there, Cam.
I mean, at this point, Josh, I don't think it matters what defense you're in. She's going to get a bucket.
And they get Chloe Warren there on the foul.
Josh, it's the same thing that we have talked about with fouls every game this year, I'm pretty sure, is have your hands up. They won't call it.
The first free throw is good. That was Warren's second foul. And Cam, I will give these Wildcats credit. When they are given opportunities at the stripe, they've been relatively effective so far.
Yeah, Josh, they're free throws. You get a chance to score for free. You got to capitalize when you get the opportunity.
Santa Fe makes both. 24-15 your score. Floyd gives to Warren. Out to Everett. Everett wants to dribble in. Nice bounce pass to Chilton. And she goes uncontested to the rim. Chilton's second bucket of the game.
Josh, that was beautiful right there. Carly Everett knew where she was going to go with the ball before she even did anything. Great job there executing the play by the Lady Dogs.
Santa Fe has to kick it back out to reset. Massey with the ball up top, guarded by Floyd. Kicks it over. On a double team right there, and Floyd tries to rip it away. But the whistle is blown, and a foul is called.
And Josh, that is the thing when going after a steal. That could be a jump ball. If you miss the first time when you swipe, it's going to get called a foul. And Tinley Davis missed the first time while swiping, and they called it on her.
So Prince knocks down free throw number 1. Number 2 is also good. Lady Dogs looking to answer. Under 30 seconds left in this first quarter of play. Warren now at the wing, dribbles around, finds Floyd, pulls up from 3. No good, a rare miss by Eva Floyd today. But Everett gets a tough rebound, kicks out to Warren. Now back to Floyd. Floyd drives, oh, and a lot of contact, and she is fouled. And that was a scary hit there, Cam. I mean, you don't want to see your player getting popped like that.
Yeah, great job by Ava staying with it through contact. Obviously, this is one of the best quarters of basketball I have seen, even out of, I mean, heck, this might be better than Elisha Puckett quarter. I don't know. This is going off.
And Floyd knocks down both free throws. I'm running out of room on my stat sheet, Cam, and we just have 10 seconds left in the first quarter.
Good problem to have.
So Santa Fe looks to end the quarter with a shot of their own. Driving in, spin. She loses control, and a foul is called on the Lady Dogs.
And Josh, I don't know necessarily how these refs are going to call it tonight. There's been a few no calls, and then there's been plenty of ticky-tack ones. But it is what it is. They send the Santa Fe Wildcats to the free throw line.
And Nora Kate Budd at the stripe. Misses the first one. Free throw 2 is up and in. So a 10-score game now. And Floyd heaves it! No good off the glass. Man, Cam, I was hoping for some big theatrics there at the end of that quarter. But after the first quarter, your Hickman County Lady Dogs lead by a score of 28-18. More basketball on the way. Don't go anywhere on WNKX.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists? That's good.
And you just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's cut in the shareable square.
That's delicious.
What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out pizzas the Hut.
Apology accepted.
Smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar, electric vehicles, mobile apps. Energy impacts your life in many ways.
It's our job to power the technology that brings comfort and value to your busy life.
Your life,
your way.
So you're in the driver's seat.
Let us help. Contact the energy pros at Meriwether Lewis Electric.
And welcome back to WNKX, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you're joining us on Facebook or YouTube, your viewership and support of the station means so much more to us than you will ever know. So we're underway with second quarter basketball. I'm Josh Copley, joined by my broadcast colleague Cameron Peters. And Santa Fe looks to drive in Floyd, not giving her any room to breathe. Looking for help, kicks it, left corner. Pump fakes and gives it back up top. Spin move, drive, pump fake, the shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Chilton. So in case you're just now joining us, Hickman leads 28-18, and Everett pulls up, no good. Rebounded by the Wildcats.
Josh, and I love that take right there by Carly Everett. It was aggressive and it was good. The only critique I would have would be Ava Floyd had 16 in the first quarter. Get her the ball.
So Massey with the ball at the right wing, gives over to the corner, it's butt, pump fakes. At the high post, guarded by Warren, drives in, pump fake, puts it up, no good. Everett with the rebound, and she's moving up the floor in a hurry. Gives over, Gordon. Looking, goes across the way to Floyd, pulls up from three, no good. And Everett hustling for the ball, cannot pick it up, and it goes out of bounds towards the Santa Fe bench. Wildcat ball.
And Josh, what has worked so well for the Lady Dogs tonight, and what has worked so well for them all season? Getting to the rim. I want to see them. The first half script was let's get to the rim, or first quarter script was get to the rim. Let's continue that.
Now Massey with the ball for the Wildcats. Prince, guarded by Gordon, looking for help, gives it over to the right corner. Dribbles back, almost lost a handle, but stays with it. Kicks it over, Armstrong, and it's taken away. Gordon, one-on-one, puts it up, and it rolls out of, does not get a favorable roll. Hickman County rebounds at Warren. No good, rebounded by Bentley. Back to Floyd. Floyd drives mid-range. This one won't go. And Santa Fe picks up the rebound. Oh my goodness.
And Josh, all three of those shots were alligator armed, or they didn't completely follow through. You just gotta trust yourself that you've done this a million times. Just shoot the ball.
A shot there by Santa Fe, reminiscent of Derek Jeter, doesn't go in. And the mid-range shot won't fall for Ava Floyd. Now, Cam, we know Ava had a lot of shots fall in the first quarter. Knowing the ebbs and flows of basketball, she was bound to have some misses sooner rather than later, but she needs to stay confident. Santa Fe drives in, and the pass is errant, and Gordon will just let it roll out of bounds. Maybe some miscommunication there, Cam, by the Wildcats.
Yeah, I'd say so, Josh. And, you know, these girls are trying to adjust. You know, we keep jumping the passing lane, especially Haley Gordon. She's done a great job at jumping the passing lanes. Well, they were going to try to back cut her right there, and that caused a miscue.
Haley Gordon, Cam, has just phenomenal instincts on the floor, right? We know, for those of you who don't know Haley, she's dating football player John Urban, who they honestly have a very similar play style in their respective sports. They both play hard, they play physical, they play intense, they play with a desire to win, and they always play one step ahead. They're always reading the floor, reading the field. I know that's what makes it such a great match, Cam.
Yeah, I mean, both definitely hard-nosed. I mean, you heard the interview with Haley. You know, I just want to go out there and just beat them up. I love that mentality, and I think that's the attitude that she's bringing to the rest of the season. She went through a stretch for a little bit where she wasn't herself. She wasn't, you know, playing great, and then a switch has flipped, obviously, because she has been super aggressive and super awesome.
And Chilton gives over to Bentley. Bentley loses handle of it. And it goes into the fans. Santa Fe now in possession. Your score still 28-18, 5 minutes to go in the first half. Oh, and Gordon almost jumps it yet again, but it's corralled by the Wildcats. Kicks out to the right wing. It's Massey. Dribbles around, hands it off. Back to Dodge. Oh, and it goes in and out of the hands of Prince. And Hickman County will get the ball back. So Cam, on back-to-back possessions there, we saw Bentley lose a handle and now Dodge losing a handle of it as well. So, I mean, a lot of...
And that was 100% caused by Haley Gordon. Just jabbing, trying to get in the passing lane. The girl backed up herself and caused a turnover.
And Chilton corrals it. Tough pass to King. Out to Gordon. Out to Bentley. Bentley from three. No good, off the rim. Rebounded by Prince. She gives it quickly to Massey. They're moving up the floor in a hurry. But number 23 slows it down and resets. Prince up top, guarded by Floyd. Hands it off. That's Dodge. Dribbles in, kicks it out. Deep three. No good. Rebounded by Bentley and feeds it over to Chilton. Chilton up the floor. It's Gordon at the wing. Dribbles in hard. Takes it herself. No good. Knocked away. And King there to get the rebound. And she is fouled.
Josh, and I love that right there by Delaney King, getting in there and getting aggressive. Every time she's been in, she's dove on the floor. She's been going for jump balls. You know, I just hate that she has 2 fouls on her this early in the game, and you know, she can start letting the reins off a little bit now that it's getting deeper into the second quarter.
So Floyd with the ball. Nice tough pass to King in the paint. Dribbles in, backs down, kicks it out. Floyd from three. Doesn't get a favorable roll, and it's no good. Picked up by Santa Fe as they are moving it down the floor. And a tough shot there. I believe that was number 30, Nora Kate Butt of the Wildcats. That was a nice step there by the young lady, Cam. Tough move.
Yeah, and it was a great job to get Nola Bentley to move her feet just enough for it not to be a charge call, right? You know, Haley, Coach Gordon, everybody was on the Hickman County side was like, what in the world? The young lady took just enough of a step to get Nola Kate to open a hip up just a little bit, and that's what got the call.
So the and one is completed, the three-point play. 28-21 your score as Santa Fe creeps closer and closer. Chilton crosses the midcourt logo, gives over to Gordon. Gordon back up top to Warren. Warren back to Gordon. A tough pass to Floyd in the paint. She takes it herself, but it's knocked away by Chaselyn Stewart. And the possession will stay with Hickman County. Chilton to inbound. Pass it, Floyd, mid-range, good. And Cam, that was not an easy shot for Ava Floyd, but she tends to make hard shots look easy.
Yeah, Josh, she's missed her last few, and there's zero hesitation in that shot. I love that.
So now Santa Fe looking to answer back. Massey pulls up from three, knocks down the three. I believe that's the first three-pointer of the game that we've seen so far, Cam, is the Wildcats still keeping this close, down by 6, 30-24, 2:45 left in the first half. Warren dribbles in, gives out Chilton. She pulls up from three, no good. And Gordon tries to rip it away. But of course, Cam, as you've mentioned in broadcast before, she came around from behind, reached around, and you'll get a foul called on you every single time.
Yeah, Josh, and Santa Fe has pretty much stayed in this 2-3 zone for a while now. You know, they were switching a ton in the first quarter, but they kind of settled into this 2-3, and the Lady Dogs have had a bit of a rough time because they're not getting as many turnovers as they were, and Santa Fe's been able to set up that defense and be more comfortable in it.
Massey drives on Floyd, but she dribbles back out. Looking for help. Feeds over to Butt. Guarded by Warren. Hands it back off to Massey. Wants to drive, but kicks it out to Dodson. And a corner three, no good. Picked up by Zoe Chilton. And Hickman County, with under 2 minutes to go, have a chance for some points. Chilton, Floyd, loses the handle but regains it and gives it back to Zoe. Hands it off, and it's tipped away by number 30 of the Wildcats, out of bounds. Warren Cam, very lucky she didn't get a finger on that ball before it rolled out.
Yeah, Josh, it was a close one, but irregardless, I want to see these Lady Dogs make quick decisions. That's why it's not working against this zone, is they're not making quick decisions.
And King tries a shot off the glass. No good, tries to go in for a rebound. And they will call King for a foul. So, Cam, what I've seen a lot of, too, in the second quarter, a lot of dangerous passes. Where they tried going coast to coast, wing to wing, and they have been dangerously close to turnovers. They've even turned the ball over a couple of times, and frankly, lucky it hasn't been more.
They're dangerous because they're not decisive, right? They're sitting there thinking about this pass. They're sitting there looking at the player, waiting for it. Everybody knows what you're going to do with it when you're sitting there letting it process and letting it, you have got to make it like, even if you know where you're going with the ball, you got to make it a surprise.
What a tough shot, no good. Stewart tried to go off the right leg with the Bulldogs driving quick. That was Carly Everett looking to drive in, but she is fouled. Hickman County will inbound. Pass into Chilton. Gives up to Warren. Warren, tough pass to Floyd. Mid-range, no good. Feels like not much is falling for the Lady Dogs in this quarter. 60 seconds to go in the half. Lady Dogs still up by 6.
I know that she didn't make that shot right there, but Ava Floyd having the intelligence to curl off the screen because they were playing underneath it was awesome there by that young lady.
And tough defense there underneath by Tinley Davis, forcing Prince to dish back out to Massey. They look to bleed some clock here. Everett tries to get a hand in there. Dodson gives it out. That's Prince over to Massey. Now under 20 seconds, and Warren with a takeaway. Gives it off to Everett. Drives in. No good. Davis gets the rebound. But an aggressive defensive play by the Wildcats to force the jump ball. With 9.4 seconds, Santa Fe takes over.
You know who I've been very impressed with, because they always seem to be at, not necessarily in the right place, but always a good place to be, is Tinley Davis. She has played very well tonight. Obviously the box score, she's not going to, be huge in it right now, but she has been at the right place at the right time.
And a deep three attempt there by Santa Fe is no good as time expires in the first half. And after 2 quarters of play, your Hickman County Lady Dogs lead the Santa Fe Wildcats by a score of 30-24. We are going to take a brief halftime break here on WNKX, but don't go anywhere. We will be right back for second half basketball. Thank you for joining us.
Smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar, electric vehicles, mobile apps. Energy impacts your life in many ways.
It's our job to power the technology that brings comfort and value to your busy life.
Your life,
your way.
So you're in the driver's seat.
Let us help. Contact the energy pros at Meriwether Lewis Electric.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists? That's good.
and you just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's cut in the shareable square.
That's delicious.
What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out pizzas the Hut.
Apology accepted.
Welcome back to WNKX. I'm Josh Copley, joined alongside my broadcast partner Cameron Peters, and we are just over a minute and a half away from resuming with the second half here in Murray County, as your Hickman County Lady Dogs have been on the road tonight against the Santa Fe Wildcats. And Cam, in a first half that went the way of Hickman County, of course, your score being 30-24, Hickman definitely seemed to slow up a little bit in that second quarter as opposed to that first quarter.
Yeah, Josh, and I think it was a couple of things. They stopped pressing, which was, you know, and I get it. It's because they were in such foul trouble that they had to start playing more conservative defense. But I think once they stopped pressing, they stopped, you know, giving that almost wild energy out there, you know. And it slowed the game down for them, and they were playing great, playing fast, right? And so I think that's a part of what it was they were in this certain groove at this certain speed, and they just had to slow down because of foul trouble. And I think that was part of it. But, you know, you're going to miss shots. I think coming into this second half, you have to just put that same energy, effort, and mindset that you had in the first quarter right here.
And we know Coach Gordon is so good at making halftime adjustments, right? He is so good at getting his girls motivated, getting their eyes back on the prize, if you will. And I have no doubt that they covered the first half foul trouble. I'm sure that was a big talking point of Coach Gordon's. And let's see what they do here as Hickman County will start over. We'll start the second half with possession. Chilton passes in to King. Gives it up top to Bentley. Bentley left wing, it's Warren. Warren drives in. Bounce pass to King off her hands. It's a scrap for the ball, and Floyd comes up with it, puts it up. No good, and it's tipped away and picked up by Santa Fe. Warren playing some tough defense, giving her no room to breathe. Hands it off. Now ball down the corner. Dribbling in, high post, gives it off. But drives and tries to take it herself, underhanded layup, and it's up and in. They cut the lead down to 4 points, 30-26 your score as we are underway in the third quarter of play.
Now, Josh, they just made the Lady Dogs play more defense than the NBA team has to play defense against somebody. They had the ball for over 30 seconds right there. That's tough.
And a tough bucket there by Ava Floyd. Santa Fe looking to enter back, ball now in the right corner. It's Dodson, guarded by Chilton. Bud gives over to Massey. Massey feeds to Stewart. Now Dodge with the ball, met by King. Some good defense being played here by the Lady Dogs. Dodge, one to drive, kicks over the corner, it's Dodson. Gives it back up to Stewart, and they will yet again have to reset.
Josh, I don't know if this is a strategy by Santa Fe or what, but making these girls play defense for this long, eventually you'll wear them out.
An anxious moment or two there for Massey. She lost a handle, but she does pick it back up. Dodson, met by Chilton, that gets it back up top. Oh, and Warren bites on the pass, almost takes it away. But Santa Fe still in possession. Will pass it back up to the top of the key. And if you're Coach Gordon, Cam, you're loving the wherewithal of your defense here. And Santa Fe loses handle, dangerously close. She walks a tightrope, drives in, no good. Picked up by Warren. That was dodged on the drive. No pun intended. Floyd driving in, kicks it out. Bentley, open three. No good. Cam, that three had some hang time.
Yeah, absolutely. But great transition defense there. Give it to her.
And they will get Noah Bentley on the foul and one for Santa Fe. And Cam down 5 points now, or my mistake. Down 4 points with one free throw on the way.
And that makes it 4. Makes it 4 on Nola Kate Bentley. I don't necessarily agree with that last one, but either way, that puts you in an interesting position for the rest of the game.
And the free throw by Bud is knocked down. So now we have ourselves a 3-point ball game. Chilton up the floor. Gives to Gordon. Haley Gordon is in for Nola Bentley after the foul. Warren checks, drives in. Looking to give it off, gives to King, drives in, and it's good. Delaney King's second bucket of the game. Give the assist to Chloe Warren.
Yeah, great job moving the ball there by the Lady Dogs. Now, if I'm the Lady Dogs, I am honestly just trying to match the energy of Santa Fe right now. Moving the basketball, making good, quick decisions, but not taking wild shots. You've seen that that's already been working for them.
And Dodge pulls up from 3, gets a favorable roll, and it's in. It's now a 2-point game. 34-32 your score in favor of the Lady Dogs. Chilton gives over to Gordon. Quick pass to Warren at the left wing. They go across the way to Gordon. Tries to find that baseline, gives it to Floyd. She wants to drive, goes up for 2. No good, but she is fouled. And Cam, that is one thing that Ava Floyd does better than most other basketball players, and that is drawing fouls. Yeah, and the free throw, the second one by Floyd, is no good following the first made one, picked up by Chilton, and Chilton tried for the putback, and she is fouled. So Hickman County with a chance to tack on a couple more free ones. And Chilton knocks down number 1.
Now, Josh, we talked about it with Santa Fe. These are free throws. They're free. Take that opportunity.
Chilton, a high bounce off the rim, but it does find its way home. Chilton goes 2 for 2 there to widen it back to a 5-point lead. 37-32, under 4 minutes left to play in the third quarter. Hickman County, Cam, seems to be tightening up a little bit to avoid these long, drawn-out possessions. And Gordon tips it away, and she has it. No, it's taken right back by Stewart. And Stewart hands off. 3, no good. That was Prince with the look, rebounded by Chilton. Chilton, tough pass to Floyd. Floyd drives. Too easy for number 20.
And Josh, that's something that I want to see more of these Lady Dogs, is pushing the ball up the floor with passes. Anytime you do it, passing will go further than dribbling.
And a deep look there by Massey is no good, and Hickman County pressing the envelope. Floyd, spin move, tries to put it up herself, left-handed, won't fall. Rebounded by Armstrong of the Wildcats, and now Prince driving. And a foul is called, and they wave off the shot, saying it's on the floor. So a big break there for Hickman County.
Yeah, one great call there by the ref to not give her that shot, because it was well before the foul. But Chloe Warren right there made a decision. I'm either going to foul her now or foul her when she gets up there and make her earn it. Well, I love the decision to foul her before so she doesn't get those free chances.
Now driving in, but loses handle of it, and Gordon picks it up, and she's on the drive. 2v1, Everett puts it up left-handed, and it's good. Carly Everett's first bucket of the game is a big layup. 41-32 now your score.
Great job there by Carly Everett to keep going full speed into that layup. You don't realize how hard going full speed into a layup is until you do it.
And it goes out of bounds on Chaselyn Stewart. Nice job right there by the Lady Dogs to be disruptive. Right, Haley Gordon just induces a sort of panic in the opposition, right? When you see her charging full steam ahead, when a pass is still in the air, things like that will happen.
Yeah, Josh, and you can tell Coach Gordon is trying to emphasize getting back in the defense in the half court, but on top of that, jumping those passing lanes to get the turnovers they got earlier in the game. Now, early in the game, they had that press where they were doubling and they were getting steals off of dribbles. Now, they can't stay in that because they got into foul trouble. What's the adjustment? The adjustment is we're going to stay back in the half court and play defense. Let it get set up. Well, that second quarter I talked about it. We got stagnant on offense. Why was that? Well, we slowed the ball down because we're in foul trouble. Now Coach Gordon, and I've seen him talk about it. I've seen him, yelling at the girls from the sidelines like, hey, jump in there and get that. And now about the halfway point in this quarter, they've started doing that really well.
Absolutely, Cam, and both teams now out of the timeout. Hickman County with the ball. Everett inbounds to Chilton. Chilton methodically up the floor. Gives over to Gordon. Out of the corner, it's Floyd. Tough pass underneath, it's Gordon. And give Floyd the assist. Haley Gordon, a nice job to cap off a great pass. The Bulldogs back to a double-digit lead. A tough pass, it's Armstrong. The shot is wild, it's tipped around, and finally corralled by Haley Gordon. Hickman County takes over. Everett up the floor, gives Floyd on the baseline, puts it up and in. And Cam, we saw the first quarter of this game. We thought we'd see more of that. Of course, the second quarter they were able to contain Floyd, but now it's back to what we know and love from number 20. And a three-pointer, no good. Floyd one-on-one with Massey, and she just blows right by, but the layup is no good. And Santa Fe takes over with a minute and a half left in the third quarter. Hickman County up 45-32. Spin move. Prince drives, and it rolls around and in.
And Josh, if I'm Coach Gordon, I am doing everything I can to keep this game a transition game. That has been our most effective way to get them on. Delaney King is wide open down there in the paint.
So Delaney King, a great shot there to take advantage of what was presented to her. I think she might have been surprised herself that she was that open. So Santa Fe now on offense. Stewart being guarded closely by Gordon, who tries to drive in, gives over to Butt in the corner. Tries to pass, it goes off the thigh of King. It's picked up by Floyd, and Floyd is fouled by number 30. And that was a very wise heads-up foul there. I'll give credit to the Wildcats, because if she doesn't do that, Floyd gets around potentially an easy 2 there for the Lady Dogs.
Well, Josh, Ava, I've been impressed the longer that she has gone on in this year as the primary ball handler. She has done a much better job than she was early in the year, adjusting to what the defense does to her.
And Everett, no good with the 3. Rebounded. King drives in, puts it up. Oh, and it rolls out. And that is just tough luck there, Cam. We saw that bench of Hickman County erupt, and they saw Delaney King drive in, be physical, because that's something I think we've missed seeing from her, right? Now, she's good at using her size, but there's that additional killer instinct that she's been missing, especially in the first half of the year.
Yeah, Josh, and she's shown glimpses of it for sure. She has had games where she has been very dominant, and I want to see that continue for, I don't know if it's a confidence thing or energy thing or what, but whatever she's bringing tonight energy-wise is what I want to see the rest of the year.
And it's taken away by Gordon, and a great job by Everett to force the bad pass. Floyd driving and loses a handle, and it goes out of bounds. Santa Fe with possession. Floyd moving a little too quick there, faster than her hands could keep up with. And the Wildcats here with 10 seconds to go in the third. Taking their time, wanting to get the final shot off. It's Massey, pulls up from 3, it's knocked down. That was Ava Floyd. They're to swat it away to get a hand on it. And the three-pointer is no good. And at the end of the third quarter, the Hickman County Bulldogs have certainly began to find some more life that was missing in the second quarter. So 8 minutes remain in this contest for Hickman County to leave here with a W. Don't go anywhere on WNKX. We'll be right back.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern-style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists? That's good.
And you just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's cut in the shareable square.
That's delicious.
What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out pizza's the Hut.
Apology accepted.
Smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar, electric vehicles, mobile apps. Energy impacts your life in many ways.
It's our job to power the technology that brings comfort and value to your busy life.
Your life,
your way.
So you're in the driver's seat.
Let us help. Contact the energy pros at Meriwether Lewis Electric.
And we're back here with the beginning of the fourth quarter. Santa Fe starts with possession. The Lady Dogs up 47-34. That's Stewart. Gives over to Dodge. To the wing, it's Massey, looking for help. She finally hands it back off to Dodge. Dribbles in. It goes off the chest of Bud. It's on the floor. And King picks it up and gives it up to Zoe Chilton. Hickman County emerging out of the chaos with the ball. Gordon, mid-range, good! What a shot by Haley Gordon along the baseline.
And Josh, it's getting out and running. That has been the ingredient that has made this offense go. Any time that they have slowed down and tried to play cautiously, it's not worked. Let it fly.
And a tough mid-range shot by Massey is no good. Picked up by the Lady Dogs. Floyd drives in, take it yourself, and it's up and in. It is Ava Mania here in Santa Fe, Cam.
Yeah, Josh, you know, the young lady, she's been impressive all year. Hearing that she got 30 over the Christmas break, wasn't surprised. And Josh, tonight here, she's been tearing it up.
So Gordon playing tough defense. Prince with the shot, no good. Rebounded by King. Everett drives and has a lane, finds King. Floyd from three. Oh, no good, well off the mark.
And Josh, I don't think, has the Lady Dogs made a three all night? No, they haven't. And they have been cold from deep, but it hadn't mattered.
And Cam, I think you made a good point in bringing up that Hickman County has not made a three, and we're used to seeing ladies like Carly Everett, ladies like Nola Kate Bentley, even Chloe Warren from time to time, and especially at the beginning of the season, we saw Ava Floyd red hot from three, but in this game they haven't needed it. Right, they've played tough in the paint, and I think that is almost a more secure path to victory.
Yeah, Josh, when you can just outrun a team and get layups, absolutely. That is the perfect ingredient to win. If you can get dunks and layups, you know, I mean, in the NBA, you hear guys talking about, you know, shooting great from deep. It doesn't matter. What you want to do is you want to go to the rim, and they've done that well tonight.
Bentley from three, no good, short. Bounces off King, and Santa Fe picks it up. Off the stop, reset Massey from three. It's good. So, Cam, it seems like Massey of Santa Fe has been the most confident three-point shooter on either side here tonight.
Yeah, Josh, and Santa Fe has come out in this interesting half-court trap. It looks like a 1-3-1, but Delaney King forcing her way inside, getting the offensive rebound and putting it back up. But it's an odd look. It looks like a 1-3-1 with a trap at the top, but it's not working well.
Now it's Prince with the ball, guarded by Warren. Massey again with the ball. And you know what she's looking for, Cam, every time Massey has the ball. Open look again from three. This time no good. Picked up by Bentley. With 5 minutes to go, your score 53-39. Hickman leads. Tough pass by Floyd. Finds King. And King caps it off with a tough two.
Josh, and I think that's when Delaney is at her best, is when it's no thought, I'm just going right up with it. Sometimes when she's trying to make a post move, she looks a little indecisive. When she's just ready to go up, she is so effective.
So Warren almost a big takeaway, but it's picked up by Santa Fe, and Prince drives in and gets the two. A timeout called by Santa Fe. So Cam, during this timeout break, I want to talk about how Delaney King is known for her size, known for her ability to rebound and be a force in the paint to dish out right beyond the perimeter to the big playmakers. But Cam, tonight she has silently been a big scorer, right? She's hit double digits, has 10 points on the night. And I think if this is how she's going to play for the rest of the year, it's going to be a great season for Hickman County.
Yeah, Josh, you know, we talked about it before the broadcast. If these young ladies can hit the ground running and play well tonight, it could speak a lot to the next few weeks. And, Josh, they have done nothing but impress. Even if they haven't been huge in the score column tonight, they have played very effectively. But Delaney King in particular, she has had that aggressive spark to her. We have seen her dive on the floor. We have seen her get in there and get jump balls. That has been something I have loved to watch.
So timeout's over. Hickman County starts with the ball. Gives Bentley, tough pass to King. King driving on the baseline, looking for help, and it's taken away. It's Dodge up the floor. Chilton there with her. Finds Stewart from three. No good, well short. But it's kept alive by Prince. Prince dribbles in on Warren, has a step back, a deep three. No good, rebounded by Floyd. Chilton wanted it, doesn't. Warren from three, no good. But Floyd, nice hustle to pick it up. Drives, baseline, stops, puts it up and in. Make that 29 for Ava Floyd as she is 1 point away from 30.
And Josh, we've talked about a lot of things tonight that these girls have done well, but the thing that I have been really impressed with that we haven't really mentioned is their rebounding. They have really gotten after it on the boards on both sides.
Spin move, mid-range, Santa Fe, no good. And it will go off on the Wildcats. King was attempting for the rebound. Chilton to inbound and finds King. Out of Bentley. Bentley goes across the way to Floyd. Floyd dribbles in. And likes to dribble back out. Tries to pass it tough to Chilton. And they will get Zoe with the walk. Cam, that pass by Floyd had some muster on. I think she just couldn't handle it. And that bit of hesitation there made it cause a bit of panic, and that led to the walk.
Yeah, Josh, anytime that you catch a pass that's low, like around the hip area, it's tough to adjust because you're trying to catch it in stride. I mean, it's just like football. When you catch something down here, you're going to try to fumble. You're going to fumble around, and that's what happened.
And Massey, another big three. So your score still, Hickman 57, Santa Fe 44. Chilton looking for help, and they get Zoe yet again on the walk. So a timeout called by Coach Gordon, looking to settle his girls down. And Cam, that's twice by Zoe, back-to-back possessions.
I don't love that call there by the ref. It is what it is. She knows, she understands that what's got to happen there is you have to make a quicker decision to either pass the ball up the floor, get rid of it in some way, or just to keep your dribble. That's something that, you know, a lot of high schoolers make mistakes on, is picking up their dribble. If you are dribbling and you don't see immediately something that you can do with the basketball, keep that dribble, because that keeps you with all three options. There are three options on defense. Ron Puckett taught me this. You got three options. You can shoot, you can pass, you can dribble. Try to keep all three of those available at all times.
So now both teams out of their timeout. 2:49 to go in the fourth. Hickman leading by 13. But 2:49, a lot of time left in this game. Of course, with how Massey has been shooting as well for the Wildcats, this game can be turned around. But Warren knocks it away, gets the steal. And she will be fouled by Prince as she grabs the lower body of Warren. And that might have been a little bit of desperation there, Cam, to try to stop Warren from having a free breakaway to the basket.
Yeah, Josh, she would have had it wide open, but you just can't allow that when you're in a situation like this in the game.
So Floyd being double teamed at the midcourt line. Floyd kicks it, Bentley dribbles around, tough bounce pass to Warren. Threaded the needle there, back out, Bentley to Floyd. Step back, looking, finds Chilton. Chilton gives over to Warren. A lot of time being bled off here by the Lady Dogs. When it goes to the hands of Floyd, and they will call a foul. I believe they'll get Delaney King. Yes, they will. Her fourth. So Cam getting close for Delaney.
Josh, you know, I think Coach Gordon makes great decisions, but I'm going to disagree with him right here. You have an offense that is firing on all cylinders. Why would you slow it down? I know that you're up big with 2 minutes to go in the game, but if at every point you have tried to slow it down, your offense has not worked and it's been super ineffective, why would you keep going?
Oh, and a player for Santa Fe takes a bit of a tumble there. And Cam, that seems like a freak accident right there. I'm not really sure what happened. Of course, they collided. Not sure what happened there. She immediately went to the ground, so hopefully everything is okay with this young lady. And while she's being attended to, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to give a quick thank you to our sponsors. And this broadcast here on WNKX, me and my partner Cam would not be able to be here presenting you this basketball game were it not for these generous sponsors, of course, Meriwether Lewis Electric Company, Advocate Auto Body, Ascension St. Thomas, Pizza Hut, Liberty Pharmacy, and the McDonald Funeral Home. Of course, many of these businesses have been staples in the community of Hickman County, and I'm sure you yourself know a representative of one of these businesses, and if you happen to come across them, say, WNKX says thank you. So Cam, she's still being attended to on the floor. I mean, what did you see there? I mean, of course, we're not doctors, right? We have no medical experience or background at all, but it just looked to be just sort of out of nowhere, right? It didn't look that aggressive at the time, but as you know, you can be hit at just the right time and anything can happen.
Yeah, Josh, you know, it's one of those freak accidents that can happen. I'm not sure what it is. It didn't look like she got knocked out or blacked out or anything, but she did almost, it looked like, well, she's getting up now, sitting up, which is a good sign. She does have her eyes open and is aware, which is a good thing, but I'm unsure, but it's one of those freak accidents that you just hate to see because the young lady has played very well tonight.
And the young lady, number 20, Addison Prince, is back on her feet, being helped off the floor, and she is met with a justified round of applause by both fans of Hickman and Santa Fe alike here. So our thoughts and prayers are with Miss Prince at this time. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. But I know as well, Cam, injuries like that can take a mental toll on a team, right? You never want to see your own player have something like that happen to them. So I'm interested to see how Santa Fe will react and respond to this injury. So Hickman County will take over. Under 2 minutes to go, 57-44 your score. Lady Dogs lead. And Bentley gives over to Chilton in the rightmost corner. Now back to Warren. Warren drives in, mid-range jump stop. Nice pass to Floyd, up and in. And Cam, how about that? Ava Floyd, for the first time that we've been attending a game, she has broken 30 points with 31. An impressive night for this young lady.
Yeah, absolutely, Josh. You loved watching her this whole game. She was so aggressive, so efficient, so effective tonight.
Now Santa Fe looking to put a dent in this deficit to try to make the final look a bit more manageable. Stewart drives in, puts it up, no good. Gets her own rebound and tries to put it back. That shot is no good, but she is fouled and will go to the stripe with 1:06 to go in the game.
Now, one thing you can't say about these girls from Santa Fe is that they don't give effort, right, Josh? They have been 100% this whole game. They've been a joy to watch because they play basketball the right way. They go 100% with everything they have, and especially this young lady, number 10 here. She has been so good at giving effort, full-on effort the whole game.
Well, and Cam, as we mentioned several times, this is a team of 7 girls, right? You don't have a lot of room for error. I mean, just the gas tank and the endurance of this Santa Fe team has been impressive. So Floyd gives over to Chilton. Now under a minute left to play. Floyd has it tipped away, and she's battling Stewart for possession, and the jump ball is called, and the possession arrow points towards the direction of the Lady Dogs. So 45 seconds now.
Now, Josh, right there, you have a bigger opponent right in your face, right? The proper thing there is to pump fake up and to throw a bounce pass around her.
And Floyd is dribbling it around, looking to bleed as much of this clock as possible. Now over to Gordon. And Cam, after a couple of tough losses in the Smoky Mountain tournament, I tell you what, we were talking about these girls and how excited they were to get back to playing basketball after the Christmas break. I think that could be applied to us as well. I mean, during my break, I was sitting there thinking, man, what am I going to do with myself if I'm not able to call Hickman County basketball games? And I'm sure you felt something similar. So it's great to be back here to watch these two talented teams, the Lady Dogs and, of course, the boys. So the Lady Dogs take care of business first now. It's time for the boys to do their job. But Cam, I'm excited to hear from Coach Gordon as well, of course. For those of you that haven't tuned in before, we always get Coach Gordon to join us during the half of the boys' game, and he always has some great insights, some wisdom to share with us, and we are looking forward to interviewing him. So a game tonight that was dominated by the Lady Dogs. Ava Floyd, 31 points on the day. Delaney King broke double digits with 10. Haley Gordon found a few buckets with 6 points. Carly Everett had a tough bucket. Nola Kate made a couple of free throws. Chloe Warren had a bucket, and Zoe Chilton had 2 tough buckets, as well as 2 free throws on top of that to give herself 6 points as well. So an all-around great effort by the Lady Dogs, and we will take a short break here, ladies and gentlemen. For Cameron Peters, I'm Josh Copley. We'll be right back to cover the Hickman County boys as they do battle with the Santa Fe Wildcats.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists? That's good.
And you just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's cut in the shareable square.
That's delicious.
What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out pizzas the Hut.
Apology accepted.
Smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar, electric vehicles, mobile apps. Energy impacts your life in many ways.
It's our job to power the technology that brings comfort and value to your busy life.
Your life,
your way.
So you're in the driver's seat.
Let us help. Contact the energy pros at Meriwether Lewis Electric.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Josh Copley alongside Cameron Peters, and we are with WNKX, your home of Hickman County sports, and we just saw the Hickman County Lady Dogs pick up a big victory, 61-45 over the Santa Fe Lady Wildcats. And Cam, we know the Hickman County boys, just as the girls, are coming off of a Christmas tournament, right? They played Upperman, one of the best teams in the state, very close, and then they got a big 1-point win over Riverdale. So what do you think the mentality is for the Bulldogs coming into this game here tonight?
I think it is what we saw in the girls' game. Get out and run. Don't let them set up a defense. Just run them until they can't be ran anymore. You know, these dogs, we've talked about with Coach Dawson before, they love getting out in transition, and I think that's going to be what the key is for tonight, because when that defense doesn't have the chance to get set up, it's tough.
Okay, and we know in the Christmas tournament, Elisha Puckett a little bit banged up. We know his ankle isn't 100% or wasn't. Not sure what his condition is now, but I'm sure he'll still be a part of that starting five as we're accustomed to him seeing. But I think a player we have to watch tonight is the 3,000 career point scorer from Santa Fe. Of course, I'm talking about number 13, Aiden Slaughter, and he has been such an asset for the Santa Fe team. But Cam, we know he has strengths, but he also has some weaknesses as well. What do you know about this young man from the Wildcats?
You know, I was talking to one of my good friends that grew up going here, and he said he came and watched the game and called him, quote, unguardable. So that's a tough place to start out, but I do know this. We played arguably the toughest scorer in upper division basketball in Upperman. We held him to what I believe was 14 points. I could be a little off, but there was no way it was more than 20. And we held him to that while Dylan Qualls and Brody Worley were in foul trouble as the primary ones guarding him. And so we probably could have held him to less. And so, you know, for as great of a player as he might be, he's also going to run into elite defenders tonight.
I agree, Cam, and I was going to say the same thing. Hickman County has some scrappy defenders. As the starting five were introduced for the Hickman County Bulldogs, we have Elisha Puckett, Charlie Blystad, who's back in the lineup tonight after having an illness before Christmas break. Dylan Qualls on the floor, Tyler McKinnon, and Cam, how about this number 3, brother of Elisha Puckett, Tim Puckett, getting the starting call here tonight. And Tim is such an excellent supporting player, but he also can knock down some threes when he needs to as well.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, there is a certain way that Timothy plays that I'm always been impressed with. It doesn't matter who he's in the lineup with, he fits. And that's something that not every player can have. Not every player on the floor can fit with another player on the floor, right? But Tim always finds a way to fit in and find a role.
I haven't anyone... You know, to that point, Kim, I've never heard anyone say a negative word about Tim Puckett. He's just a great all-around guy. Guys love to play with him. And he's also very talented on top of that. And Qualls wins the tip for the Bulldogs, and we are underway for Murray County as Elisha gives over to Blystad. Blystad to McKinnon, guarded by Graves. Now back to Qualls. Tim Puckett now gives over to Blystad. Blystad to Elisha. Touch pass. McKinnon corrals it, lays it up and in. And Cam, that is a great start for the Bulldogs utilizing McKinnon's size.
Now, one glaring thing that we've already seen is Tyler McKinnon's a big man as Slaughter knocks down a shot from deep.
Immediately, and Cam, we knew it was coming. Now Hickman County has to adjust. Elisha looking, gives over to Qualls. Qualls drives in hard. No good. And a foul is called on McKinnon.
That's such a tough foul to be called there because, you know, he's going for an open rebound. The guy wasn't boxing out, but because Tyler is such a large person, he knocked him around, and that's how the call ended up the way it did.
Being that size is a blessing and a curse, Cam. As Slaughter with the ball again. Drives and step back, another 3 attempt. No good. Elisha tips it back to Blystad, Hickman County ball. Balls up the floor, hands off to Blystad. He'll pull up from 3. Oh, in and out. Picked up by Aiden Slaughter. Dribbles in. No handoff to Atkinson. Guarded by Qualls. Tries to drive in. Takes it all the way. And a foul is called on the floor. Atkinson inbound. Throws it back and finds Graves. Graves pulls up and he knocks down a three. So a couple of three-pointers here early for the Wildcats. Have them up by 4, 6-2 over the Dogs.
Josh, Santa Fe has come out ready to play tonight. These boys are out for blood.
Tim with the ball guarded by Jack Slaughter. And it's taken away by Aiden. Qualls playing defense and a very quick whistle blown there on number 11.
Now, Dylan has to understand right there. I like the fact that he tried to beat him to the spot and get a steal. You can't necessarily do it when you don't already have him beat. Dylan there was reaching in with his shoulder. That shoulder bump's going to get called every time.
Now Graves gives over to Aiden Slaughter, guarded by Qualls. Step back, pulls up, and he knocks it down. A long two-pointer. So Elisha guarded by Atkinson. Elisha drives, gives to Seal, loses a handle on it, and it hits the baseline. Turnover, and Cam Santa Fe coming out strong here so far. Of course, on their own floor, has the crowd behind them. Hickman County needs to weather this early storm that we knew was coming.
Yeah, Josh, you know, something that, you know, obviously we don't know if Elisha Puckett's 100%, but, you know, they have looked for scoring from other places rather than him so far tonight.
Takes it away from Slaughter, and he'll set up here. Elisha pump fakes, dribbles in. Oh, some nice moves by Elisha, wants to drive. Goes across the way to Blystad. Touch pass into Seal. Seal dribbles in, gives it back out to Dylan Qualls. At the wing, Qualls driving in, looking for help, bounce pass to Tim. Tim gives right back to Dylan. Blystad looks from three, no good. And he can't pick up his own rebound as Jack Slaughter now breaking away. Gives. Atkinson driving in. And a foul is called as Elisha went for the ball.
That should be 2 on Charlie early in this game. That puts, you know, oh, it's just 1. So, but either way, 4 fouls already in this first quarter.
Slaughter drives in, step back, no good. Rebounded by Elisha. Elisha driving in, and he's fouled.
Now
they
this
get the charge. It looks like 2 officials had a different call there, Cam.
Yeah, Josh, but the thing is, it's
on a great rebound by Elisha. He's going to dribble up. Hands off the Blystad, now over to Tim. Tim back to Elisha. Elisha pulls up from D. Knocks it down.
Josh, I'm going to expect a lot of that tonight. You know, Elisha needs to come out aggressive tonight to match the energy that Mr. Slaughter is bringing.
Answers right back with a 3 of his own. This might turn into a 3-point contest before we know it. And Cam, if you're the Bulldogs, you have to make him uncomfortable. You cannot give him even an inch of space. So Elisha looking, guarded by Slaughter, gives over to Dylan. Dylan loses balance, keeps the dribble, but it's stolen away. And the ball is no good, the layup. Elisha gives, Qualls driving in, he throws it down, and Dylan firing up the Hickman County crowd. And Cam, that is vintage Dylan Qualls.
Yeah, absolutely, Josh, but you can't stop there. You got to turn it into another one. You know, I want Dylan to turn that, whatever momentum he got right there with that dunk, I want to see him turn it into something on the defensive end.
And Slaughter pulls up from downtown Columbia, no good, gives over, pulls down the 3, gives back to Aiden, loses a handle of it, but he gets it back. Qualls unable to get the takeaway. Slaughter spin move, spin, fade away, well short. Elisha may have gotten a hand on it, but now another open look, and it's good. That was Mason Atkinson. So Cam, really a big missed opportunity there by the Bulldogs. They sold out to get that offensive board underneath, left the guy wide open on the wing.
I mean, Josh, Santa Fe has come out and just punched Hickman County in the mouth. has a charge call there on Dylan Qualls. That's probably, I believe that's 2 on him.
And Cam, Hickman County, I think, is trying to answer the emotion of Santa Fe, trying to artificially create some emotion of their own by trying to drive in physical, trying to make them uncomfortable. But Cam, it hasn't been working so far as they trail by 7, 14-7 your score. Under 3 minutes to go in this first quarter. Up top, it's Atkinson, drives in, kicks it back out, wide open look from 3, no good. Rebounded by Brody Worley, who's checked into the game. Elisha dribbles in, hands off to McDonald. McDonald step back, gives back out to Elisha. McDonald dribbles in, looking for help. Tough pass across the way to Puckett. Elisha dribbles in, looking for help. Step back, fade away, too strong. Rebounded by the Wildcats. And Slaughter, he will pull up with Worley in his face, no good. And Cam, that was a great job by Brody Worley to make Slaughter uncomfortable.
Yeah, and I went to the Upperman game over the Christmas break. He did a great job on their primary guy too.
And a great move by Brody Worley, can't cap it off and misses the mid-range too. And Cam, that looked almost like a gimme there, a tough miss there for number 0.
Yeah, the thing is, Josh, the mistakes that Hickman County has made have turned into turnovers. The mistakes that Santa Fe has made has turned into a hustle play that has gone back to them.
Slaughter, there's step back 3, and it's good. And Cam, I think sometimes you have to tip your hat. This young man is phenomenal.
He is phenomenal. I don't know if that's the right word, Josh. He is nasty.
McDonald tries to drive, loses a handle. Turnover, Hickman County, as they trail now by 10. And a timeout is called, so Hickman County trying to stall the momentum of the Wildcats. And Cam, what do they need to do here? I mean, I don't think you can cover Slaughter any better than what they're doing, other than literally being, face to face right with them.
It's not going to start with defense, right? We talk about a lot of times defense turning into offense. When you're dealing with a young man that's this skilled, it's not about the defensive end, right? It's what they say with all the great players, all the great scorers. You can't stop them. You can only hope to contain them, right? And here you look to contain them, but more so than that, you have to play your game right now. And they're not playing their game on offense, right? And so they have to find their footing on offense, because at this rate, it's going to be a shootout.
Slaughter, corner 3. Oh my goodness. Another 3 for Aiden Slaughter. And he is on fire tonight. Hickman County needs their own playmakers to answer back. McDonald gives over to Blystad. Back to Will. Will over to Elisha. Pulls up from 3, and they needed that in a big way. Elisha knocks down his second 3, and we need more of that if we want a chance of keeping up. So Hickman County brings it down to 10. Slaughter dribbles in on Worley. Step back, gives over. Atkinson from 3, no good, and Elisha, tough rebound. 30 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Gives, Worley pulls up from 3, no good, but McDonald flies in with the putback. Can't get it, and Seal tries a putback of his own, also no good. And Slaughter tries to drive in and just lets the pass fly, and they will draw a foul, and that will send Aiden Slaughter to the line. So Cam, the boys, similarly to the girls, already in a position of giving away free throws, even not necessarily on shooting fouls.
And Coach Dawson just got teed up.
And Cam, that's just the frustration that having a good player like Slaughter can bring to other teams, right? When you have no answer, it's easy to get rattled. But Hickman County has to stay level-headed. It's still the first quarter, right? You're only down by 10. Hickman County has come back from worse.
Yeah,
so
Josh.
Slaughter knocks down free throw number 1.
This is a game that's not out of reach, right? But giving an amazing score, 4 free opportunities at the line,
So, of course, with the technical, he gets his 2 free throws, and he'll get to tack on some more. And the 3rd free throw is in. Slaughter 3 for 3. He's automatic. He doesn't miss. I guess the jinx doesn't work for opposing teams. I tried my best. So the Dogs down by 14, and of course with the foul, they do get the ball back, even after shooting 4 free throws. So Slaughter, guarded by Worley, kicks it out to the corner. Atkinson drives on the baseline, met by Seal. The shot falls short, and it's tipped out of bounds by Elisha Puckett. So 0.6 seconds here remaining in the first quarter. Santa Fe with time to just catch and shoot. And the shot is no good by Slaughter, but at the end of the first quarter, Hickman County trails by 14, 24-10 your score. Plenty of ball left to go. We'll be right back.
Smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar, electric vehicles, mobile apps. Energy impacts your life in many ways.
It's our job to power the technology that brings comfort and value to your busy life.
Your life,
your way.
So you're in the driver's seat.
Let us help. Contact the energy pros at Meriwether Lewis Electric.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists? That's good.
and you just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's cut in the shareable square.
That's delicious.
What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out pizza's the Hut.
Apology accepted.
And we're back here on WNKX. I'm Josh Copley, joined by Cameron Peters. It was a rough first quarter for the Bulldogs, but they look to bounce back here in the second. We know this Wildcat offense has ran through Aiden Slaughter so far. Hickman County needs to adjust. Atkinson gives over a wide open look, and it's good. That was Caleb Haslett. And Cam, that's the problem when you sell out to ensuring that Aiden Slaughter doesn't have the ball. You leave other guys wide open who are also talented. McDonald wants to drive in, kicks it out to Braden Brown, who's in the game, mid-range, off the glass, no good. Seal, tough rebound, and a foul is called. And it will be on the floor, so Kylan will not go to the stripe. Elisha will be the one to inbound on the baseline. Finds McDonald, back to Elisha. The dribble's in hard, and he's fouled, and the shot does not count. And Elisha, a little bit of frustration there. He thought that should have counted, but it was an early foul. And Elisha yet again to inbound. Finds Brody Worley, gives over to McDonald. And that will be an offensive foul called on the Bulldogs. They'll get Brody Worley.
Brody right there sticking an arm out on that screen. That's going to get called. That's tough because he's the primary defender on Slaughter right now, so you want to keep him out of foul trouble.
And Mason drives in, and Elisha there to meet him. And, of course, they draw a foul. Or do they get – they did get Elisha there on the foul, yes. That was Elisha's second. And that will send Atkinson to the free throw line. Looking to widen the 17-point game, and his first one falls. And free throw number 2 goes in as well. Elisha looking to work some magic here to claw back in this game. Braden Brown out the wing, tries to pass to Seal. Oh, and a tough pass from Seal to McDonald. Gives off to Elisha. Elisha drives in, step back, Finds Worley, dribbles back around. Worley takes it himself. No good. And Slaughter drives and hands it off. And Atkins with an easy layup. 31-10, your score. Elisha pulls up. The three won't fall. So Worley there to meet Slaughter. He drives in, wants to take it himself. Fade away, won't go. Picked up by McDonald. And McDonald is fouled by number 14, Caleb Haslett.
And Josh, this Hickman County team right now is just, I mean, I don't think that they were expecting this. If you saw this team warm up, they were almost relaxed. Everybody was kind of just taking their shot, going through the motions. You know, they had 2 really good games over Christmas break, and Santa Fe unexpectedly came out and smacked them in the mouth. Now, it is a game of adjustments. Whatever you have in these next 6 minutes is probably what you're going to bring to the rest of the game, right? Because this thing can get out of control quick if you don't take care of things now.
Worley with the ball in the wing, guarded by Slaughter. Touch pass to Elisha. Backs him down, tries to put it up himself, and he gets it to go. So Cam Elisha has accounted for 8 of the 12 points the Bulldogs have scored. And it's going to be a group effort here to stop Santa Fe. And the layup is up and in by Slaughter. Elisha wants to drive. Nice behind the back. Takes it. The reverse layup is no good. Gets his own rebound and puts it up and in. So Cam Elisha starting to realize that maybe I need to drive into the paint. I need to be physical with this team, and he's doing just that, and it's netted him a couple of buckets so far.
Well, Josh, it's been this sloppiness from the rest of the team that has caused him to take priority. These guys have got to clean up their act on offense.
Atkinson from 3 won't go, picked up by Seal. And Elisha bringing up the floor, 33-14 your score, Santa Fe leads. Elisha pulls up from way downtown, no good. Was picked up by Santa Fe, and a timeout is called. So that's a big timeout there, Cam. I mean, Hickman County hasn't necessarily looked awful. It's just the offensive performance of this Santa Fe team has been incredible, to say the least.
Josh, I'm going to agree with you on the fact that Santa Fe has looked absolutely immaculate. Hickman County came out almost as if they knew that they were, like, as if they were supposed to win this game. And, you know, you can't say that about Elisha Puckett, right? Elisha has been putting in work on both sides. That's why he has a couple of fouls. That's why he's leading in the scoring category. But from the rest of these guys, what am I getting, right? Like, why is my energy not all out? I'm down by almost 20 in the first quarter or first half of a game. I got to show up, right? And there has to be some type of energy that has got to come out of these guys, or it's going to get bad.
But Slaughter guarded by Blystead, and McDonald gives it back out. A lot of ball movement here. All the Wildcats. Just over 4 minutes to go in this game. Jack Slaughter pulls up from 3, won't go. And McKinnon cannot get the rebound as it hits off the baseline. Santa Fe stays in possession, and Cam, it has been a tough day at the office in the paint on the defensive end for these Hickman County Bulldogs. There have been times where Santa Fe's best shooters have missed, but they can't make them pay for it, right? They give them chance after chance.
Well, it's because there's no box outs, Josh. Nobody's doing the little things right.
And Slaughter misses the 3, and a foul is called. I believe on Elisha, yes, they do get Puckett for the foul. And Cam, we've seen that happen on this end of the floor as well, and Hickman just not getting any favors here at all. So.
Well, Josh, right there, that puts 3 on Elisha Puckett, and you know, it puts us in a tough situation because he has been our offense. So it's somebody else's turn now.
So 11 guarding 11 right now. Hands off. Slaughter dribbles in, step back, gives out to the left wing. 3, no good. Rebounded by Qualls. Hands off to Braden Brown. Of course, Elisha Puckett not in the game following that foul. Who will step up for the Bulldogs? Qualls step past to McKinnon. McKinnon puts it up. Oh, and not a good roll, but he fights for his own board. And he forces the jump ball, and the possession arrow will indicate that it stays with Hickman. And Cam, who I'm looking to see step up in this game is Will McDonald. We know how talented this young man can be, and he's a great scorer in his own right. But he just needs his confidence back.
Josh, can I be honest with you? I would love for anybody to step up right now in this game.
McDonald, corner 3, no good. Qualls picks it up, gives it out. Braden Brown will try his luck from 3, and he knocks it down. So Cam, the young sophomore Braden Brown, making his mark on this game in the first half, and we've called his number a lot this season, mostly on the defensive end, but man, he's just a great all-around player, and Slaughter drives in. The layup is good. So 35-17 your score. So Brown brings it up the right side of the floor. Gives over to Blysted. Blysted to McDonald. McDonald dribbles in, hands off to McKinnon. Now over to Qualls at the wing. Qualls dribbles and drives. And a blocking foul is called on number 13, Aiden Slaughter.
Now,
and I believe they're saying, Cam, that will be a couple shots for Qualls. And these are some big free throws here, Cam.
I feel like it should be a couple shots for Qualls. He was in the motion of going up. I don't know why it was such a surprise to the fans here, but irregardless, I thought it was a good call there by the refs.
And Qualls gets the bucket. Slaughter dribbles in, and he loses handle of it, but it's picked up by a teammate. A 3 won't go. Picked up by McKinnon. So Hickman County starting to play a lot tighter defense as they try to claw back. McDonald dribbles around, and they get an offensive call on McKinnon.
Josh, that was a tough one there. McKinnon, the ref said that McKinnon leaned into him with his elbow, so that's the call.
And the officials are talking about something here, unsure of what it is. Just under 2 minutes to play in this first half.
Somebody got a technical card on him. It wasn't Coach Dawson because he was not thrown out.
Well, it'll probably be someone on Hickman County because why not? Let's see.
Well, it was because there was multiple players surrounding a referee. That's been an issue all year, Josh, is that, you know, you have to let the refs call the game and you play your game. It's out of your control. It is what it is. Let the game be the game, but their emotion got the best, and it was Will McDonald that picked up that technical foul.
And we know, Cam, Will, a very emotional player on the floor. Of course, no one wants to intentionally harm their team with technicals or any foul for that matter. So it's just the heat of the moment. Of course, the officials have a very tough job out there on the floor, a job I do not envy at all, with this game going at 100 miles an hour between two hot teams. And Slaughter goes 1 for 2 on the free throws following the technical, making it a 16-point game, 36-20. It's inbounded to Atkinson. An offensive foul is called on Santa Fe. So Cam, really, if you're a fan of Hickman, if you're a fan of Santa Fe, these officials have been calling it both ways, right? I mean, they have given each side the benefit of the doubt on a couple of times. So I think really, if you're Hickman, you just got to play your game, do your thing.
And the frustration is the fouls that they're calling sometimes are fouls that aren't typically called in a game. Sometimes, most of the time, you get away with stuff like that. But
Donald had it tipped as he was going for a corner three. McDonald is called for yet another foul. Now, Cam, late in the second quarter, most of their shots have been at the free throw line, right? They have done a pretty decent job of shutting down the perimeter for the most part. But Cam, the fouls, they have to make some sort of mental adjustment, not just physical.
Josh, it is a thing where all of the guys on the floor have, maybe they made a decision that I don't know about, that they were just gonna get frazzled and let themselves. It's like they're all playing in third person right now. It's like they're not thinking through decisions they're making, Josh. It's frustrating to watch because you know how talented these guys are. You know how much of a special team that these guys are, and for them to get this
and a very lackadaisical pass to Brown, but he is able to pick it up. Qualls forces one into Blystad. Out of Tim Puckett. Oh, tough pass to Qualls. Qualls drives, layup is up and in. So Cam, I love how Dylan used his body there underneath. He had a great job of getting the advantage on his defender, and Tim saw it and delivered a great pass.
Yeah, Josh, it was a great job there by Tim Puckett to know where to look for. Pretty good seal there by Dylan Qualls. And they've looked decent on offense without Elisha.
And Qualls tips it away. He's driving in, wants to take it himself. Nice move, lays it up and in. And Cam, here comes Dylan Qualls. We asked who was going to step up, and Dylan might be the one to answer the call here. So taking their time is Santa Fe. Looking to bleed up this clock, take the final shot of the half. Hand off to Jack Slaughter, now over to Aiden Slaughter. Guarded by Blystad, close to that midcourt line. Less than 10, Slaughter drives right to the open lane, over Seal, and he gets the and one. So 5.7 seconds to go. Aiden Slaughter at the line, looking to complete the three-point play. And the free throw is in. So 3 seconds. Qualls puts up a deep three. No good at the buzzer. It goes off the rim. Tough look there by number 11. And folks, that brings us to the end of the first half. A less than stellar first half for the Bulldogs, but there is still 2 quarters remaining to be played. And when we come back from this break, we'll have a word from Coach Gordon of the Lady Dogs and 3 players as well. Don't go anywhere.
Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Tavern-style pizza is our thing.
Why couldn't you be happy with deep dish like all the tourists? That's good.
And you just had to make it so crispy and delicious.
It's perfection.
They put the toppings all the way to the edge.
It's cut in the shareable square.
That's delicious.
What's your deal, Pizza Hut?
Your secret's out, Chicago. Try any of our large Chicago tavern-style recipes for just $12 each.
Hey, Pizza Hut, you owe Chicago an apology.
Sorry, Chicago. No one out pizza's the Hut.
Apology accepted.
Smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar, electric vehicles, mobile apps. Energy impacts your life in many ways.
It's our job to power the technology that brings comfort and value to your busy life.
Your life,
your way.
So you're in the driver's seat.
Let us help. Contact the energy pros at Meriwether Lewis Electric.
Welcome back to the WNKX halftime show. Second half basketball here at Santa Fe will be underway here in less than 10 minutes. But before that, we are joined at this time by Coach Gavin Gordon, and in an unconventional twist, he has selected 3 Lady Dogs to be interviewed here tonight, and it will be the 3 seniors getting their moment to be interviewed. Now, Coach Gordon, we're going to start with you. First off, congratulations, a big win coming off of a Christmas tournament, coming out of a Christmas break. Sometimes it can be hard to get back into the swing of things, of course, when you come out of a big break. But we definitely saw a bit of a lull, right? You guys came out hot, you scored a lot of points in that first quarter, you looked great on defense, but we saw a bit of a lull in that second quarter. What was that about?
Yeah, I feel like we came out really hot. We talked about in practice on Sunday being aggressive and getting out and pressing and trapping in the half court. And I feel like we were doing that, and we weren't getting a lot of foul calls at first, and then it kind of just piled on. So we just kind of got in a funk, and we didn't play well on the defensive end, then come down and we take a quick shot. We shot several threes during that time, and we just weren't hitting tonight. So there was a big lull from there where we weren't attacking.
Now, Coach, something that I noticed, your offense tonight was most effective when they were in transition. Just speak to, was that a plan? Was that something that just happened? Just the transition basketball.
We want to do that every night, actually, and I think the Christmas tournament helped us with that, playing against 2 teams from Kentucky and Georgia that get up and down really quick. And we knew they only had 7 girls, so we were just going to try to wear them out, get up and down the court, and I think we did a great job of it tonight.
And another thing tonight that happened was foul trouble. A lot of that, just speak to the adjustments from that tonight.
I think in the first half it was trouble, right? We were foul after foul after foul and had to go deeper into the bench, and I thought the girls that went in did a great job. And we talked about at halftime just adjusting, right? I wanted them to be aggressive. We came out aggressive, and I thought we were going to pull away with it, but then there was a lot of foul calls. So coming out and just playing solid defense, I think we had a couple sparks off the bench tonight, and my seniors held it down and did the right thing, and we're good leaders tonight, so we just came out with a win.
Well, Coach Gordon, we appreciate you taking the time to talk with us here tonight. Once again, congratulations on a big victory, and good luck tomorrow night as you head down to Waverly to take on the Tigers. Now, it's time we turn our attention to the 3 hand-selected players of the game, and of course, it is the 3 seniors, the 3 backbones, the 3 leaders of this Hickman County Lady Dogs team. And Cam, I'm going to let you start things off with a question for Miss Delaney King.
Now, Delaney, tonight you had double digits in the stat sheet. Santa Fe, not a large team. Just speak to your mentality going on offense tonight.
I was just really focused, and I started making a couple of shots and just started feeling myself and just kept going.
Well, thank you very much, Delaney. Now we have a question for number 21, Nola Kate Bentley. Now, you seem to be most comfortable from beyond the 3-point line, but tonight, no one on the team had a 3-pointer for the Lady Dogs. So when those threes don't fall, what adjustments do you make? How does that change your play style?
I think this goes for everyone on the team. Whenever our threes aren't falling, we definitely just try to attack and get the foul call. And when the foul doesn't, get called, we still go up strong and just try to do the best we can, honestly.
Well, thank you very much, Nola. Now, our third and final question is for Chloe Warren. And now, Chloe, it's no secret that Coach Gordon, it seems like every game gives you the toughest defensive assignment, right? If they have a number 1 ball handler, you're probably going to be the one there to meet her. So how do you develop that trust with Coach Gordon, and what does that mean to you, and what's your mentality going into these games, knowing you're going to have to play a big defensive role?
On defense, I've been a defensive player my whole life because I think it's the easiest thing to play on the court, and I just really put my heart into playing defense. So I take him putting me on the best girl as like a challenge to make sure she don't score.
Well, thank you very much, Chloe, and thank you all, ladies. You've been great, and you've been backbones of this team, a crucial part of this team's success. Good luck tomorrow night against Waverly, and ladies and gentlemen, that will do it here for the WNKX halftime show. Cam and I will take a little bit of a break, but we will be right back for second half basketball. All right, welcome back to WNKX. I'm Josh Copley alongside Cameron Peters. And Cam, it was a less than stellar first half of these Hickman County Bulldogs. We knew coming into the game that Aiden Slaughter of Santa Fe would be a big difference maker, and boy was he. So Hickman County faces a 41-24 deficit right now, but we know Hickman County is a gritty team. They're a gutsy team, so long as they play with the energy that was missing in the first half. So what do you think Hickman needs to do to bring this game back?
Josh, I don't know that there is, well, there is one thing in particular. It is playing basketball. It was like they forgot how to do it. It was so frustrating to watch because they are such a talented team, and yet they come out, they get punched in the mouth. And how many times have we seen them get punched in the mouth by a talented team and then punch right back? It was like they got punched and they were like, it's like they got punched in the nose and they got all dazed and confused, Josh. They came out just after that with no plan, and then Coach Dawson gets teed up, and then Will McDonald gets teed up, and that just puts you in a tough spot. So the answer is to put the past where it's supposed to be, in the past.
So Santa Fe will start off with possession as we are now underway in the second half. That's Slaughter, double teamed by Puckett and Qualls. And he's fouled by Tim. So right back to square one. Jack Slaughter here to throw it in. Finds Mason Atkinson. Atkinson drives in, puts it up over Blystead, and it's good. So Santa Fe starting off strong. How will Hickman County bounce back?
And Josh, don't get me wrong, Mr. Slaughter has been mightily impressive tonight, but that young man, number 11, is a great scorer as well.
The shot is no good. Hickman County unable to get the offensive board, and Santa Fe takes back over. Slaughter drives in, floater, good. Off the glass. So two quick shots here by Santa Fe. Widens the gap. McKinnon high post. Gives over to Tim. Out of Qualls. Hands off to Elisha in the corner. On the baseline, floater, no good. And they do get number 11, Mason Atkinson, on the defensive foul. Okay, I don't believe they're going to call that a shooting foul. They call it on the floor as Elisha will be the one to inbound. Cam, they've called in the cleanup crew, I believe. Hey, I respect them wanting to prevent injuries. Take care of the floor. Great call by the official to notice and to signal.
Yeah, back in my day, we had a gentleman named Jack Thigpen, and anytime he'd fall on the floor, which was quite often, at practice, Coach Dawson would scream, "Lake Thigpen," because it would be a literal lake of sweat. So I understand where they're coming from.
Elisha with the ball, dribbling in hard, spin move, takes it himself. The two rattles in and out. Slaughter on the drive. Gives over to Graves. Graves back out. Slaughter dribbles in. Contested three. Short. Picked up by number 25, the 6'6" center, Tyler McKinnon. Well, a tough pass to Blystead. Takes it himself, and he gets a tough two.
That was a great job there by Chuck, handling a pass that put him in a tough situation.
Hickman County needs a series of runs here. Jack Slaughter dribbles in the corner now. Up top, it's Atkinson, dribbles in, mid-range, no good, and Elisha corrals it. Up the floor goes Elisha. Spin move. Steps into it, mid-range. Nice bit of touch there by Puckett to secure the two. 28-45 your score. They knock it loose, and Puckett picks it up. Elisha passes to Qualls. Qualls driving in, no good, but gets his own putback. So Cam, Hickman County, a lot of momentum right now. They trail now only by 15, 45-30 your score. Hickman needs to play tight defense, no margin for error.
And Hickman County has now switched to a 1-3-1. Remember, this 1-3-1 has caused a good bit of turnovers through this year, so I'm excited to see it here.
He pulls up a three, and it's good. And that was the shot you have to tip your hat, Cam, by Atkinson. I mean, good defense. Qualls drives in, won't find it. Santa Fe now back on the attack. Dribbles in, Atkins hands off to Slaughter. Slaughter drives. Mid-range, no, he passes. And it's an easy layup for Andrew Graves. So the lead back up to 20 points, 50-30.
And Josh, this Santa Fe team, I have been super impressed with. Yes, Slaughter's the best player, as Elisha Puckett from downtown.
Step back three. And these are the shots that Hickman County needs from number 12, their MVP.
But this Santa Fe team is just as good, if not better, than anybody we've seen this year. I mean, you know, obviously the 3,000-point score is going to draw a lot of attention, but all of these young men have been great tonight.
And Cam, you said it best right there, and that opened the door for Graves to sneak in the back door, and Slaughter finds him when he pulled the entire Hickman defense to him. And that's just the price you pay. So Elisha dribbles in. A lot of defense there, and it's ripped away. Atkinson on a breakaway. And Qualls. Tough defense there, but they will get him for a foul. And Cam, it just seems like these Wildcats always one step ahead.
Yeah, well, Josh, it's not even necessarily being one step ahead. It is, these young men are playing so well together. There is a chemistry out there on that floor that Hickman County, for some reason, doesn't have right now. Now, these guys have had the experience of going all the way to the state tournament, right? But right now, they're just not finding it, and Santa Fe has found all of it.
The second free throw is no good, picked up by Elisha. Qualls, McDonald, pump fakes the three, dribbles back out, and gives over to Qualls. Dillon dribbles in. Nice little spin move. Feeds to Blystad, and Blystad touch pass to McDonald. Elisha now dribbles in hard to the baseline. Step back, corner three. Oh, rattles in and out, but a tough rebound by Qualls, and that doesn't fall. Qualls again can't get the putback in Cam. I mean, this rim is the sixth man so far.
You have to capitalize when you have opportunities. And on defense, nobody is playing defense with their feet, Josh. You cannot stay in front of somebody if your feet are like they're in concrete.
So Hickman now trail 20, 53-33, 3 minutes to go on the third.
And Josh, that's 4 on Dylan Qualls, so tough spot for the Hickman County Bulldogs.
Atkinson pulls up, no good. Rebounded by Blystad. So Worley up the floor, finds McDonald in the corner on the baseline. And he is fouled by Santa Fe. I believe they got Jax Slaughter on the foul. Blystad quickly back out to Elisha in the corner. Dribbles in. Elisha, just physical basketball, puts it up and in for 2.
And Josh, that is just a player who knows how to use his body. This Santa Fe crowd is getting fired up over good basketball moves.
And Cam, that is twice in the last minute and a half. We've seen Graves just wide open under the basket.
And Josh, we can do something great on offense, and then we back it up with something boneheaded on defense. We can do something terrible on offense and then do something right on defense. We cannot string anything together right now.
Elisha now at the right wing. And the whistle blows and a timeout by Coach Dawson, wanting to reset his guys here. With just under 2 minutes to go in the third quarter, Hickman County trails 55-35.
Now, Josh, I made a promise to somebody. A dear friend of mine, Michael Scott Mullenix, said that he was tuning in. That's right, Big Mike is tuning in. He said he wanted to shout out, so I just want to give Michael a shout out, and I hope the marriage is going well, Mike, and always wish you the best.
Now, we love Mike. Of course, went to college with him, and he does some broadcasting work of his own, Cam. He worked with Loretto for a long time, and of course, I know he's off and on now with careers, but always happy to say hi and to shout out Michael Scott Mullenix in Hickman County, taking over on offense. Braden Brown in the game. Looking, finds McKinnon. High post, now dribbles, now gives it back out to Elisha. Nice spin move, drives in, puts it with his left hand, no good. Elisha gets his own rebound, tries to put it up, but he is fouled.
And Josh, you know, we've mentioned it a number of times tonight, but it just showed up there again. Nobody on Hickman County is making a decision about anything except for Elisha Puckett. And, you know that these guys are talented enough to do that. You know that they are very talented young men. I want to see somebody just take priority.
And Elisha misses the second one, but Cam, I think it might have been a moot point either way with Will McDonald stepping into the lane. As Santa Fe will take over, leading by 19. Just over a minute and a half to go. In the third, in the corner, pulls up from three, no good. Rebounded by Elisha. In, gives it back, pump fake, dribbles in. Spin move, looking for help, gives it back out to McDonald. McDonald to Puckett to three, good! So Cam, Elisha, a big three there, but they're gonna need a lot more. Slaughter, step back, contested three over Brody. Worley won't fall, rebounded by Elisha. And Cam, here's where we can see if they can string it together. Worley, nice pump fake. Puts it up, can't cap it off with a missed two, so they're unable to string together the good defensive play with a bucket.
Yet again.
On the baseline, won't go. They can't get the board. Atkins was looking to drive, and Brown did not account for the momentum, and he bumps into him, and Brown is called for the foul. And Cam, that was such a great offensive possession right there. Unfortunately, did not end in points for the Bulldogs. But man, it looked like they started to get some momentum building there for a second. And just like that, Santa Fe back in control. Of course, Santa Fe looking to bleed out this third quarter. Atkinson dribbles in, looks back for Slaughter, and hands it off. And the pass goes across the midcourt stripe. I guess it was tipped. 5 seconds, and Elisha rips it away from Slaughter. 2 seconds. Elisha steps up, puts it up. No good. As they call off the shot. And Cam, maybe I missed something there, but when that ball hit on the other side of the logo, they did call it tipped, correct, from Brody Worley?
Yeah, they did.
So Cam, they're going to need a Herculean fourth quarter if they want to come back in this one. Down 55-39. We'll be right back.
smart appliances, heating and cooling, solar, electric vehicles, mobile apps. Energy impacts your life in many ways.
It's our job to power the technology that brings comfort and value to your busy life.
Your life,
your way.
So you're in the driver's seat.
Let us help. Contact the energy pros at Meriwether Lewis Electric.
So the referee's whistles will sound to indicate we are just about ready to begin fourth quarter basketball. 8 minutes to go, Hickman County trailing by 16. And this will be a tall mountain to climb, but if anyone can do it, it's the Hickman County Bulldogs. As Hickman will start off with possession, Elisha inbounds to McDonald. McDonald drives to the paint, up and in, and that will be an and one for number 4. And Cam, that was Will McDonald's first bucket of the game. Very surprised to not see him more involved in the score column.
Well, Josh, I talked about it multiple times throughout this broadcast. Be decisive, make a decision, make something happen. Will McDonald decided, hey, I'm going to make something happen, and a good result.
And the free throw is no good, rebounded by Slaughter. Step back looking, finds his man underneath, and the pass tipped away, but Atkinson driving into the paint. A tough shot, no good, but the whistle blows, a foul is called. And that will send Mason Atkinson to the line, I believe. No, it's... Oh, they're doing a floor cleaning here.
And Josh, that's 4 on McKinnon. Again, Dylan and McKinnon both with 4 fouls. That puts us in a tough spot, trying to claw back in this game. It's a tall task already, and then to have your big guys inside be in foul trouble, it's a tough position.
So here's Atkinson at the free throw line following the cleaning of the floor. The first free throw hits off the front of the rim, and it falls in. Tyler McKinnon and Braden Brown being subbed out for Kylan Seal and Dylan Qualls. The second free throw is up, no good, rebounded by Elisha. So let's see if the Hickman County Bulldogs can string some offense together. Elisha dribbles, hands off to McDonald. Nice step back, pulls up from 3. No good, and Kylan Seal rips it away, and a late whistle blows, and they'll get number 30 on a foul. And Cam, really, I don't think he had any other choice but to go over the back if he wanted to have a chance, given that his defender had the advantage on him.
Yeah, Josh, and when you're in the fourth quarter in a tight game and you have fouls to give, try it. See if it's a no call. At this point in the game, you have to.
So they'll bring it up very methodically. Pass the high post, gives it back out. Atkinson at the wing. Loses handle of it, and it hits the baseline. So a big turnover there for the Bulldogs. Some self-inflicted wounds there by Santa Fe, but it's up to Hickman County to capitalize off of it. Worley with the ball, finds Seal. Hands off McDonald from 3. Can't find it. And an easy rebound there by Atkinson. And they push it up the floor in a hurry, one-on-one. The rebound won't go. The ball's loose and picked up by Worley. Now to Qualls. Oh, it was too strong. Past Dylan Qualls, and that could have been free points for Hickman County if the pass is on the money there. But Cam, it just seems like nothing is going right for Hickman County here tonight.
Yeah, Josh, it's not, and I don't know if it's them trying to force the issue or just what it is, but they're off.
And Slaughter on the run. Mid-range jumper is good. 58-41 your score. Elisha wants to dribble in. Being well defended, mid-range. Touches it up and in. So back to 15. Another step back fadeaway, this time no good. And Hickman County needs to capitalize off of it. Qualls on the baseline, drives, hands to Seal. Nothing there, and it's a turnover. So Santa Fe again. Atkins wants to drive in himself, and a timeout is called. Now, Cam, it looks like two good things cannot happen in a row for this Hickman County Bulldogs team. I mean, a great pass to Qualls, looked like he had a shot, but then some miscommunication between him and Seal in the paint just leads to disaster for Hickman County.
It just looks like every time we do something good, we either aren't locked in on the next possession or second guess ourselves, right? Dylan right there had that kid. You have to be more controlled when you're driving right there. Dylan is long and athletic. If you see that guy go down, go up immediately. Go up. It's just been frustrating, Josh, because they know what they're capable of, and it seems like they're reaching for it, and they just can't grab it right now. There's glimpses, and that's what we keep saying is like something good keeps happening, but something bad keeps happening as well.
Well, and Cam, I think a part of it too is, that hot start by Santa Fe seemed to put Hickman behind the 8 ball early, and Hickman has played a better second half compared to the first, relatively. But of course, when you're down by so much, it's going to take a lot to crawl back into this game. Santa Fe to inbound, throws it back, finds Aiden Slaughter. Passes over.
Josh, you got to be up in this defense right now. You've got to be playing all out. You were down by 15 with 5 minutes and 30 seconds. You have got to cause a turnover or something.
And Cam, these Wildcats wisely just keep resetting, trying to drain as much clock as possible. And McDonald just rips it away. A big takeaway. McDonald, touch pass. And Slaughter keeps it in for the Wildcats. Atkinson going to the paint over Puckett. And Elisha's called for a foul.
And that's 4 on Elisha.
Now, Cam, with 5 minutes left, of course, you don't want them to foul out, but you got to think Coach Dawson's going to keep riding, with his playmakers with such little time left.
You have to. It's the only way you're going to stay in this game.
And Atkinson's first free throw, no good. The second one, no good as well. Elisha now with the ball. Drives in on Slaughter, puts up mid-range, rolls around, no good, but Qualls with a big putback. And Cam, he has been masterful at that so far tonight. Being a presence underneath is Dylan Qualls. Slaughter wants to drive himself. Now hands off to Atkinson, back to Slaughter, dribbles in. Oh, he knocks it out! Elisha, a great defensive play, picked up by McDonald. Pulls up, it's tipped. And another just self-destruct moment. And that will send Slaughter to the line. And Kim, it seems like when Hickman County has momentum, they just get ahead of themselves, right? When you're on offense, just slow down, right? Slow down, set it up, and then get the shot you want.
Yeah, Josh, it is the discipline of understanding when you are late into a game that you are down by a lot. We are looking for quality shots as quickly as possible. You know how not to find that? Dribbling out of control into double teams. You know how not to do that? By passing it in situations where it puts the other offensive guy in a place to walk or in a place that they're met by another defender. We're not playing football where you're going to fit it in a tight window and then they can just catch it and go down. We're playing basketball, Josh. They're going to have to catch it and either come to a complete stop or go to the rim. And we're just not setting our guys up in positions to succeed.
And Cam, I like to be an optimistic guy sometimes. And if you think about the score right now, of course, Hickman down 60-45, 15-point game. That's only 5 shots. if you can somehow rattle off 5 threes in a row and play solid defense, you have a tie game. Now, much easier said than done, but I think you need to put this game in perspective and realize 4:35 left. If you play your absolute best basketball, if you think to the best game you've seen these Bulldogs play, if they can mirror that, we might have ourselves a game.
You're right, Josh. It's not impossible, but it's going to take putting the past behind us and then thinking clearly through our decisions. That is the biggest thing tonight, is every decision that has been made. Sometimes there's not a decision being made. Sometimes it's just like they're just out there playing. So I want to see a good, decisive game plan.
So Blystead now in the game. Gives to Brown. Brown over to Puckett. Elisha looking for help. Coast to coast, McDonald, corner three. No good. And there was a collision on the floor. Unsure who the foul is on. There were so many bodies there that I just missed it. And Cam, he caught it on number 11, but I'm not sure if that was
That would
Qualls
be
or
Dylan.
Atkinson.
It'll be Qualls. That's 5 on Dylan.
And that means Dylan Qualls has fouled out. The second free throw, no good, picked up by Elisha. Being double teamed now, looking for help, and finds Blystead, who gives to McDonald. Now to Worley, pump fakes, dribbles in, drives, lays it up, and it won't fall. But McDonald gets the board, lays it up and in, and he's fouled.
That was first by Elisha Bucket, recognizing the double team that's coming and not trying to do too much in this game, right? A lot of guys that are a primary scorer, when they see that double team, they think, how can I beat this by myself? Elisha used his teammates. That's something that's huge.
And McDonald unable to cap off the three-point play, and we thought Blystead had a chance for a rebound for a moment, but the jump ball is called, and Santa Fe will take over. Of course, Hickman County playing a press here, not giving them any breathing room. Tough defense here by the Dogs. Slaughter drives in, finds Atkins, and Atkinson gives over to Graves. Now Aiden Slaughter being met by a couple of Bulldogs, and they call a foul on Braden Brown, and Cam, that's not who you want to send to the line.
No, Josh, it's not, especially in a game like this. He's pretty automatic.
Now, Cam, I tried that earlier, but trying to jinx the other team doesn't work, sadly. We'll see. And nothing but net. So, unfortunately, we cannot curse the other team.
All right, ready, Josh? He's going to miss it.
I mean, there is literally no chance this free throw goes in.
He's going to miss it. He's going to miss it. I can personally guarantee. Oh!
Okay, maybe that's the trick. As Brown picks up the ball, Puckett pulls up, needs this three. No good, but McDonald gets the rebound, puts it up, no good, and he's fouled. And now that our team's the line, I'm just not going to say anything. But this is Will McDonald looking to chip in to this deficit. It's off the back of the rim, no good. So free throw number 2 on the way. And this one falls in. So Hickman continuing with the press. And Atkinson just drives on by. McDonald tried to go in for a steal, but it's a foul. So it's a 14-point game. Atkinson looking to widen it. And he makes the first one.
He's going to miss it.
And Atkinson makes both. 64-48 your score, 3:20 to go in the game.
Josh, I think it was the fact that you disagreed with me that is why he made it.
Oh, and Elisha, beautiful left-handed layup. On Brown, rips it away. And he couldn't secure possession. Of course, he panics and loses the ball. And Cam, just as we thought something was about to go right for these Bulldogs, the ball just slips away. That is Atkinson yet again at the free throw line, and the fourth foul on Will McDonald. The first one rattles out, no good. Number 2 is up, and this one rattles in. 15-point game yet again. Elisha steps back, gives off to Blystad. Blystad from 3, no good. And Hickman unable to get the board. And a quick foul called on Brody Worley.
Josh, side note, I just watched an exchange from the elderly lady in the crowd and Elisha Puckett. The elderly lady was screaming, "Hey 12, hey 12, quit flopping and pushing off." And he looked at her and shrugged, and she went, "You know what you've done."
Hey, that's why we love high school basketball, Ken. Elisha seems to have some beef with older people. I'm not sure what it is, but all in good fun, of course. Although Elisha's an absolute beast on the court, he's one of the nicest guys you'll meet off of it.
Truly.
Which is so nice to see that contrast between this aggressive competitor. And the free throw falls in. 17 points now separate the two teams. Elisha looking, tries to find a Worley underneath. And I mean, if that play right there doesn't sum up this basketball game, I'm not sure what else would. As Worley hits it off of a Santa Fe player, but it hits off of his foot right before it hits the ground. But Hickman County gets a steal. Worley gives out to Brown. Brown to McDonald. Steps back. Big three here from McDonald. Can't get it. Rebounded by Slaughter, and they will foul. And Cam, just no bodies underneath there, no boxing out there by the Bulldogs. It just seems like they're three-pointer bust right now. If the shot doesn't fall, they're going to forfeit it up and hope for the best. But, man, it has been a drag, to say the least, here in Murray County. And, Cam, I believe that was Brody Worley's 5th foul as well. So he will also be forced to come out. Tim Puckett now enters the game. And Slaughter knocks it down. And now, Cam, it should be noted, I don't think we've seen a Aiden Slaughter 3 since the first half.
No, Josh, now, I'm not going to say he's been quiet, because he hasn't been quiet, but the other guys on this roster have stepped up for them. Number 11, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. He has been so impressive to me tonight. You know, obviously Slaughter's the best player on the floor, but I'd argue he was the most valuable tonight.
So it goes out of bounds. It will stay with Hickman County, I believe. Yep, Tim Puckett there to inbound. Now, that was a good look there from Elisha, of course. It just didn't fall in there. The rim has been their own worst enemy at times here tonight. Tim looking, floats it to McDonald. McDonald drives into the paint, puts it up, lays it up and in.
Now this fourth quarter, Will McDonald is a totally different player, and he's a really good player.
I get it back to Slaughter as they look to just bleed clock. And Brown fouls Slaughter, and that will send the shooting machine to the free throw line.
Now, Josh, this has been a horrible game to say the least, right? But let's find bright spots in these last 2 minutes. My number one bright spot from the night, Braden Brown. Once again, full effort. He has played this entire fourth quarter. He has stepped up. He has defended Slaughter. He has defended their point guard. He has made them uncomfortable. He has done everything right in this fourth quarter. He's been a huge bright spot for me.
The Bulldogs, who trail by 18, need a big three. Braden Brown, too strong. McDonald puts it up and in. So Will McDonald definitely has been racking up the points in this quarter. And the Bulldogs haven't been able to get around and plant their feet and play solid, firm defense on this press here so far here tonight in this second half.
I mean, Josh, Slaughter might have 40 just from the free throw line tonight. We just keep sending them there.
And he knocks down number one. 17-point game. Minute and 40 to go. Now, that was an incredible left-handed layup. It won't count because of the foul beforehand, but that was one of the best shots you'll ever see that won't count as a bucket.
Josh, you know what that reminds me of? The old playground Hallelujah Dandy used to pull out.
Elisha mid-range knocks it down for two. And Slaughter along the baseline, dribbles it back around, goes around the world. And Puckett fouls Slaughter, and yet again, he will go to the free throw line. And the first free throw falls in. Now Braden Brown, of course, still on the floor. Will McDonald, Tim Puckett, Charlie Blystad, and now Elisha Puckett has just subbed out for Braden Folks. So Brown with the ball moving up in the floor in a hurry. McDonald gives it back to Brown. Brown drives in hard. Tries to go up with it, but it's knocked out of bounds. It looks like Taylor Hutchison, Atticus Lane, and Dane Gilbert will be checking in for Blystad, Tim Puckett. And I believe, Cam, with both teams putting their young guys in, I think you never want to say it's over until the scoreboard hits zero, but this definitely seems to be the case here tonight.
Yeah, Josh, we're just hoping for a Dane Gilbert 3 to end the night.
A lot of ball movement here. Oh, and Brown drives. And a big two there. So Cam not pressing any longer. They will be content with this clock running out. 40 seconds left to go. A tough pass corralled by Santa Fe. Three-point look here. No good. Rebounded by Brown. Brown drives in hard. Can't get the layup, and Folks tries to knock it away. But he knocks it out of bounds. Santa Fe will take over. 5.3 seconds to go. Santa Fe 73, Hickman County 58. So Cam, of course, we're going to be on the road tomorrow, an hour away. Waverly is next on the list. Obviously, we cannot come out tomorrow night looking the way we did here tonight.
Yeah, Josh, you know, the margin that we finished the game with was the margin that was in the first quarter. It was a rough night, to say the least. A night that, you know, these guys have to look at themselves and say what went wrong tonight. Now, if you ask me, I would say it started before the game. During halftime of the girls' game, they always go out and shoot, and they were shooting backward layups and Lord knows what. And then in the pregame warm-up, they were not making in-game moves. They were not going through it as they should. And I think that energy carried into the first quarter, and they got smacked in the mouth and went, oh, crap, we got to play basketball. And that can't happen with any opponent. I don't know if they were looking down on them or what, but irregardless, you have to look at them and be like, hey, you know, we have to take care of business tomorrow. This Waverly team, we've blown them out before. Let's go put no doubt in anyone's mind who we are.
Yeah, I agree with you, Cam, 100%. And really, if you could sum up this game in a sentence, you could simply say one team came to play and the other did not, right? You can argue post-break fatigue. Of course, they didn't have school today, right, for in-service day. So that's another day off that they have to not be focused, to not ready themselves, to have their minds on other things. And I think that showed here tonight. Of course, I think you could argue some post-break fatigue, especially in the foul column, right? And we saw it in the guys and girls. The girls were in foul trouble off the get-go. Now, they were able to settle down a bit towards the end of that game and get the W, but that doesn't change what happened in the first half. Hickman County here tonight, much of the same. Had foul trouble very early on. I think a lot of that could be fatigue. A lot of it also frustration, right? You play a team of talented shooters like Santa Fe is, and you're left wondering, what else am I supposed to do other than make physical contact to stop them shooting that way, right? So it's just a lot of factors that could be evident here for this Hickman County team here tonight.
Yeah, Josh, just a frustrating night. And you know, this is one of those games where at halftime, Coach Dawson has to go in and rip them a new one. But at the end of this game, what do you say as the coach? You know, if I'm the coach, I'm going in and I'm saying, guys, that game was whatever you made it. And what did they make it tonight? They made it about, you know, lackadaisical. It wasn't, it's like nobody, excluding Elisha Puckett, came out and said, we're going to win this basketball game. And we know how we're going to do it, and we're going to play this way, and we don't care who's on the other side. It was like they cared who was on the other side, and they thought that they were going to blow them out. And it was the other way around, Josh.
Yeah, Cameron, I mean, we definitely saw of course not by much, but a little bit better Bulldog team in that second half, right? We saw Elisha start to find his groove a little bit. Of course, he finished tonight with 23 points. And truth be told, Dylan Qualls did not have just a horrible game himself as far as scoring, right? He doesn't usually average Elisha Puckett numbers. He hasn't put up 20-plus points. But tonight, we saw about what Dylan Qualls usually does in games where they win big, right? He played a big role underneath, used his wingspan, his height, his jumping ability, and he finished the night with over double digits with 11, right? You know, and we saw Braden Brown, a couple of buckets, finished with 5. Will McDonald there started slow, picked it up there in the second half, finished with 9. But, Cam, I was surprised to see the lack of productivity from Tyler McKinnon underneath. Usually just a phenomenal force underneath, and he just seemed to be almost a non-factor here tonight.
Well, it's hard to be a factor when you have 4 fouls at the start of the third quarter. And, you know, if you can't be out on the floor because, well, and, you know, whatever you want to blame this game on, I'm sure there will be a part of this crowd that says the refs were not good tonight. You know, it gets to a point, Josh, where it's not the ref's problem.
See,
right?
Cam, I have a lot of issue with that. The referees could have been perfect, and we still would have lost by 15, 20 points, right? I mean, you cannot put that on the officials, right? Especially when everyone watching, everyone here knows what the outcome would have been regardless. Of course, everyone loves a good scapegoat. Right? Everyone loves to make excuses, but I know Coach Dawson, he is not going to make excuses in that locker room. He's going to say, guys, we came out, we got smacked around, but guess what? It's just one game, right? They're still 8-6 right now. They're 2 games over 500. They're playing an opponent tomorrow they know they can beat, but they cannot go into that game thinking it will be a walk in the park, Cam. Regardless of how the last game went, if they come out looking like they did tonight, they will lose, and Coach Dawson knows that, and everyone on that floor knows that, right? They're smart players, they're tough players, and what this team is not, you can say a lot about them, but what they are not, they're not quitters, Cam. They're not going to give up a lot of season left, and you're not going to have your season defined by one loss on the road, right? So, just curious to see how they come out to play tomorrow against Waverly. I expect to see Tyler McKinnon become a lot more noticeable in tomorrow night's game. Of course, I expect more of the same from Elisha. Dylan Qualls, need him to be big. And I think tomorrow can be a great game for Will McDonald to get back on track.
Yeah, Josh, you saw it in that fourth quarter, and that fourth quarter can be the player he can be if he just chooses so. And he knows how to play basketball. All of these guys know how to play basketball. It was like they just didn't choose to do it tonight. And listen, we have such a capable team. It's such a well-rounded team. And Josh, these guys can go as far as they want to go. But you have to look at them tonight and ask, is this who we are? The answer is obviously no, but it's very easy to make the product that we put out tonight the product that we can get for a long time. And it has to happen in this next game against Waverly. You have to put whatever happens behind you and go to tomorrow.
I'm with you 100%, Cam, but too much on your defeats or your successes for that matter. You have to always look at